All right, welcome in, everybody. Happy Margarita Monday. Hope everyone's having a margarita. Oh, enjoying the sunshine, the sunshine, the spring weather. Summer is upon us. Before we know it, things are changing. Things are climbing in. Just gonna give this a second to breathe. Make sure everything's firing off correctly. Let me get my face in the picture here. There we go. Oh yeah. How's everyone doing? Okay, let me bring this down here. Oh, it's a blessed day. I was out there filming a little bit earlier for you guys. And just still wearing the clothes. You're getting a little sneak peek to the clothes that I'll be wearing in the next video. Who cares, though? Good God. You know what I'm deeply realizing that I need is another monitor. Because I just have tabs up on my screen right now that I really just feel cluttered. You know, I need at least one, possibly two other monitors. We'll get there. We have some, definitely, I think, we're going to be approved, I'm pretty 99% sure, for a place with a third bedroom, which is cool, so I'll be able to make an office and really make this space much more of a live stream space, live stream podcast, give it a feel, maybe do some decorations in the back, who knows, but make it look nice, put up some tapestries, put up some lights, put up some decorations, just make this look more studio-like, so that'll be fun. But yeah, we'll see where everything goes, but hope everyone's having a good, it is Monday, right? It is Monday. Yeah, so sorry, I took Easter off yesterday, guys, so Sunday maybe we'll find a new night crew, new Monday night crew over here on the YouTube space. Probably won't be the same people as normal. Catching you guys a little bit off guard. Been a little bit, not all over the place. I mean, I've always done Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. That's the typical schedule. Somewhere between 1 and 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Going against that today, though, because we're going on a Monday at 7:20 Mountain Standard Time. So bear with me. It's all good, but welcome in, everybody. Happy to have you here. Hopefully everything's going well in your life. Like, tell me what's going on, what's going well, what are you having challenges with? Oh, where'd it go? Oh, God. I just spread that way too wide. Okay, there we go. That sounded bad. I'm sorry. I'm just still, again, I gotta get another monitor. I'm realizing. Okay, and we're good, connected to both YouTube and Twitch right now. So welcome in. The Twitch we're getting there. We're almost on our way. Yeah, almost halfway to the 50 to get that affiliate marker. And then I'm also just waiting to get to 100 followers on my Facebook page so we can go live from there as well. And then we'll really be juicing pretty good here. Eventually, I think, once I get the TikTok and Instagram thing going, I might just, get a stand for my phone and just simultaneously go live on Instagram and TikTok, too. That would be kind of fun, right? So I'll have that, right next to where I'm looking at you guys at or something. Once we get into the new space, the new everything. And I don't know why, Daniel, your thing popped up on my, when I go to the YouTube page, but not on the Unified chat, but whatever. I see mine. I think you saw my messages anyways. But what's up, man? How you doing? How's it going over there? How's work today? How's the gaming been? You got any new followers? Any new big clips lately? Oh, yeah, so we'll see where this night goes. Just, maybe we'll come on to a night crew. Might have to stick with it here. Might have a very, very low crowd tonight for at least a little bit until it catches on. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Like I said, this is a different time than I normally go. A little Monday night sesh with the Monday night crew, which is fun. Might as well try it out, see what's going on. See what's up, see if we can find some new people. hopefully I'll be able to start doing this Monday to Friday, or like Monday to Wednesday, take Thursday off, do Friday and Sunday or something like that is what I'm going for. But let me know if you guys are here on YouTube or on Twitch. Let me know who's here. If you're new here, say what's up. Be happy to introduce yourself and happy to meet you and answer any questions that you have on your heart right now, things that you need to feel more clarity on. We'll bring that to the surface. We'll dive as deep as we need to go to help you transcend them and transmute it into the light, into wisdom and such. That is my passion, is just to help you guys all to, change your own lives, inspire you to just change your lives for the better, the way you've always wanted to, whatever's been holding you back in your life. Whatever's been slowing you down, whatever's been kind of confusing you or making things seem slow or heavy or steady, or add momentum to things that are already going really well for you. That's what this is for as well. I learn as much from you guys as I choose to share and teach you guys from my perspective and my truths as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun little evening. Seeing what's up, seeing who moseys on through here. But I'll probably get talking. We'll probably do some Neville Goddard, maybe reading, have some things, just to talk about and start getting the ball rolling here. But yeah, let me take a big glug of this water here. Oh yeah, so fresh. Colorado spring water. All natural. All natural. So let me just move this here. Is that okay? And then I click. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. I'm just putting all these little tabs in like the corners here so I can access everything. Excuse me. Alright, so why are you trying to become somebody instead of just being them? That's the question to start off with right now. Question I've been asking myself as a lot as well lately, because I've felt some different energies going around inside me, not around in that woo-woo sense of like, oh, there's something in the air that's causing me to feel that way. No, I don't see it that way, but something inside me is stirring around that needs to be dealt with, and I feel like it's sparking from feeling like I'm trying to become someone or become something or create something that is going to validate me more, or allow me to validate myself more, give myself permission to be more easy on myself, more happy, more joyful, peaceful, going with the flow, not worrying about what's around the corner or what hasn't happened yet or manifested yet or what hasn't come to light yet, and really start enjoying the journey. And for some reason, I just feel like in these past few days especially, I've just felt like this heaviness on me, like very, very fatigued in my physical body, like very, very, like, it feels like gravity is turned up like times 2. I just feel heavier. I just feel more dense. I feel like it's more difficult to get out of bed. I feel like I always need to like sit down and like rest and recuperate for some reason. And then I kind of get stuck there. But today I really, really pushed myself to do things just to keep the ball rolling, keep moving. Don't get, even if I feel like I need to rest for a little bit or something like that, I can give myself a minute or two to like catch my breath, but keep moving, keep the momentum moving in the right direction, keep my energy flowing. I think that's what me, and I don't know if you guys relate to this too, but sometimes I just get like a little fatigued and tired, and I feel like I need to rest, and then I end up resting for too long, and then I end up stressing about how much I rested. Like I over-rested, and I wish I would have like just rested for a little bit and been productive or done some things that I was wanting to get to in that day, but I was doing my best to be good to myself, to give myself that rest and not push through or force. And so I've been working with that balance lately of how can I let go of the heaviness that seems to be, within me right now. There's just this like density That gravity seems to be turned up a notch, seems to be a little bit heavier than it has been for a little bit. And that has everything to do with me. It has everything to do, it's my fault. It's my creation. It's something that is a reflection of what I'm needing to bring to the surface for myself so that I can be more of myself, so that I can find my routine, my thing that feels really good, find my movement and my flow that feels like it's downstream and effortless, and I'm just letting the river of life just carry me in my raft downstream gently. So then once I get used to that and get like in that groove of just letting the stream naturally carry me, then I can pick up the oars and navigate it a little bit better, navigate the rapids, go down the stream a little bit quicker at certain times, and things like that. So, I say all that to say I think that I am efforting or have an unconscious belief that I need to actually try and become someone instead of actually just being that person, which is something that I always, say anyways, is that we need to be it first so that we can actually experience it in our lives and feel it strongly and be the energy that we want to attract and all those things. And I think maybe unconsciously I had a little bit of residue left over, and I think that's maybe where this heaviness is coming from, is there's some resistance inside me that is convincing me through my own beliefs that I still have, even though I've brought them to awareness, I've brought them to light, I've transcended so much of it. There's just a little bit of residue of that belief system of I need to go and try and become someone, or go out into the world and achieve things in order for me to feel good. I need to tick off a certain amount of things on my list. I need to do a certain amount of things in a certain order. And if I don't, then something's gone terribly wrong, or I'm not doing what I possibly could be doing. And to an extent, maybe that's true. Maybe there is those times where it's like, look, I could have done more than what I did, but man, I just felt what I was feeling so strongly in me and so heavy, so dense, just for my example that I'm sharing with you on my journey, that it took me away from what I actually could be experiencing, what I actually could be doing that's really good for me and beneficial for me. And that allows me to feel like, I'm filling up my cup so that then I can pour it out to everyone else and be a leader by example and just be a breath of fresh air and be that energy that walks into a room and completely draws all the attention and brings light into a room, into a space, and allows people to feel differently about themselves and their situations, or maybe it's just that example of something that they want to become, and that's all I ever want to do and all I ever want to be. But I get caught in my old habits, which aren't habits anymore. I don't need to say that, because once you discover a habit, that's the end of dropping the habit, not the beginning. If you continue to choose that habit, or if you're finding yourself continuing on that habit, then you're choosing that habit, and it's no longer a habit. A habit is something that you have that is unconscious. But once you bring awareness to it, it's a conscious choice that you continue to choose. And I think I'm just continuing to choose for some reason, shape, or form that I gotta discover. And maybe I'll discover this tonight with you guys as I hash it out, and it'll give you perspective and help you guys too. But I just need to hash out within me what that residue is. Why do I feel like I need to become someone instead of just being the person that I already am inside? That maybe I'm not fully being because I have all these layers that is making me feel dense and heavy, that's making me feel unworthy because I haven't done enough in the day, or I haven't accomplished enough in the objective world. Something like that, just feels like it's stuck in my craw a little bit. So that's what I'm working through right now, and it just all stems from trying to become someone instead of just being them, having that identity shift. Becoming implies a separation from what you're wanting to become, from your mind sense. So becoming implies separation from that which you are trying to become. It means that you don't actually believe that you are what from your mind you want to become, because you don't actually need to become it. You already are it. You just need to peel away the layers that have put up walls or kept you small, or have belief systems up that are convincing you that it's not okay to be who you are, or it's better to be this version of yourself that doesn't quite resonate but maybe is safe or maybe has worked for you in the past, instead of being who you really want to be and doing what you really want to do in your life. So that's been my limitation for myself, is that I have been feeling like I need to become something instead of just be that which I want to become. Just be it. I can be what I want to become now. The whole becoming thing, some people in the spiritual community, I've heard this somewhere, like, we're not human beings, we're human becomings. And I think I disagree with that for the exact reasons that I'm saying. Because we're not becoming. I mean, we're always learning and expanding. So in that sense, I suppose we are becoming, in the sense that we're expanding our horizons, we're expanding our consciousness, we're learning more about ourselves and how we interact with reality and others, and the relationships we have with reality and others and self. But again, that becoming, that feeling like you're a human becoming, implies that you need to actually become something other than who you actually are inside. And that has been what I have found for me and for others that I have, worked with on these live streams and so on, is the greatest challenge, is that you don't actually need to become anyone else. You just need to find out, why in the hell am I not being who I really am? It's usually because you actually don't know who you are. You haven't taken the time to actually understand, like, who am I? Know thyself. That is one of the most powerful phrases out there. Know thyself. I think a lot of us get lost because we don't feel like we actually know ourselves. So we're not actually able to, we haven't asked ourselves the question enough, like, who am I really in this world? What represents me? What lights me up? What brings me joy? What is my creative expression and gifts and talents to share with the world? What is that? And if you have no idea what it is, we need to find out what that is so that we can not become it, but uncover it. Because it's already who we are. We already are who we are. There is no becoming. There's learning and expansion and all that, but there is no, like, I need to go out there and experience and become something that I'm not. And that's I think what I am finding to be one of my hang-ups right now, and I think that's why I've been feeling, a little bit more dense, a little heavier, fatigue in the body, things like that. I think it's because I'm carrying around versions of myself that aren't really me, and I'm carrying around a version of me through my beliefs, which then creates my moods, because it's the thoughts that I'm thinking about the relationship I have with myself and what I'm doing and not doing. Then I end up carrying these burdens of who I'm not, and I'm not able to actually uncover who I am because I'm so caught up in what I'm not, or what I don't think I am, or what I think that I have to become. And so it's a very tricky little devil there, that the ego, the negative emotions, the negative mindsets can play on us, not out of pure evil or anything like that, but it's just their mechanism, just like a positive I'm thinking like protons and neutrons. So like, yeah, protons and neutrons and electrons. Just like a proton is something that gives off positive energy, and a electron is something that gives off negative energy, that yin yang. I just got a little bit of the negative neutron, or not negative neutrons, negative electrons going on inside of me, that is keeping me from feeling like I'm enough as I am. And I'm also too distracted with feeling like I need to become someone that, from my mind, my brain, feels like is the ideal self. But I'm navigating that through the filter of feeling like I'm needing to become something else other than what I actually am. And I just think I need to continue, and we all need to continue. And I encourage you guys as well, like, ask those questions. Really, I mean, have you taken the time? You know, I have from time to time in my life, and definitely in my awakening process I have, but I need to do it again and more, obviously, because of what I'm going through. Ask the question, who am I? Who am I? And if the answer is I don't know, that's a great place to start. Great place to start. Then you're not insisting. You don't have all these made up definitions of who you should be based off what your parents or coworkers or teachers or whoever, your culture thinks that you should be. So not knowing who you are, that's not a negative thing, that's not a bad thing. But from that not knowing is the possibilities of infinity of what you could be and who you really are. And it's multi-layered, it's multifaceted, it's multidimensional. It's endless, it's eternal, it's infinite, it's all those things. So just have grace with yourself and have patience with yourself when you're asking those questions that allow you to actually know thyself, to know yourself. Because I think that's where people and I in this situation have just been a little bit confused, because I'm looking for the answers from belief systems and moods and thoughts that haven't been feeling light and airy and good and things like that. I've been looking for the answers from the filter of I need to become something, I need to do more, I need to achieve more, accomplish more in order for me to be allowed to feel good and to feel worthy of simply existing in a state of peace and contentment. And that doesn't have to be the case. And if we wait for that to be the case, then we will always be stuck in those realities that we don't prefer to be in. Stuck in those versions of ourselves that are slowly decaying and dying. But we just keep it around because it's familiar, it's what we know, and it's what we're used to. But we don't have to do that when we know that we don't have to become something else to allow us to feel good. We just have to find a way to know ourselves enough to where those questions that lead to confusion about who I think I should be and what I think I should be and what I think I should do that would allow the good feelings and the peace and contentment that is my birthright. And just simplify it down to asking the questions, who am I? So that you can know yourself, and then you can start taking the actions from inspiration, from the answers to the question of who am I, that really allow you to know yourself. Does that make sense? TT, what's going on, my friend? Hey there, hope you've been well. I hope you've been well. I have been well. Just sharing some stuff that I've been working with. Happy to see you here though on Mystery Monday. I think it's the first live stream that I've done on a Monday, if I'm not mistaken. So just making up for yesterday. Took Easter off, just hung with some family, just chilled out. But making up for it tonight. It's a little bit later as well, so good to see you here. Appreciate you being here. How's everything going with you, TT? Everything good? Any questions, clarities that you need? Anything that's come up that you want to add momentum on, or that you want to share, or anything at all, feel free to drop it in. But other than that, how are you doing? So being is what collapses time. Being is what collapses the time between where you are and where you want to be, and between who you are and who you want to be. And just know that who you want to be is actually who you are, because if you didn't want it, then it wouldn't be reflective of something that is even worth considering about yourself as to who you are. So if you are wanting to be this version of yourself that you have in your mind, or you want to do these things that you want to do in your life, simply being that is what is going to collapse time and make all the things that need to come much faster and smoother and so on. And that's just something that I am really coming to terms with too. I mean, I've come to terms with it before, but to finally let this last bit of residue escape and go away, and not be pushed away, or not say that it's not right for being there, but just that I don't prefer it, and so just allow it to move on, to move away, to part from me. Because that's what I deserve, and that's what all of you guys deserve, is to be satisfied and fulfilled in just being. But if you don't know who to be, or if you don't know who you are, then you're gonna always be looking for who you are in the outside, whether it's from outside approvals and validations, or from your accomplishments and accolades, or money, all these things that we think make us who we are, but we have to actually just be who we are, and then all those things actually come much quicker, much easier, much smoother. Being collapses the time so effortlessly. And I think that I really think I think I got there for myself. I'm glad I was able to share this. I hope that gave you guys perspective, because I just think I know, I don't even think I know that's what it is for me. That, I unconsciously had some residue that continues to make me think that I need to be something, become something, perform certain actions, do certain things in order to feel good. But I need to ask myself the questions and really dive deep, even though I've asked them before and I've, done it. I need to revisit this in a powerful way. Who the hell am I? Who is Maxwell Miller? So that I can know myself. And so that I can clearly begin to take actions from knowing myself. And then the actions that I take will allow me to feel more like me. And then I will be just naturally feeling better and feeling like I am authentically being me. And when you authentically feel like you're being you, like you're actually being authentic, you really do feel good. We've all had those moments where we catch ourselves in moments of bliss or satisfaction, or where we've really felt like for a few months or a few weeks or a few days or a few hours or a few minutes that we really caught the wake of who we really are. And it felt good. And it felt like we didn't need to become anything else. We didn't need to do anything else. It just felt good in that moment just to be us. Because when you know yourself, you're compelled to take actions that represent who you are even more. And then life starts to reflect more of who you are. More of those opportunities begin to come. Those connections begin to come. You meet people at the right time. You're at the right place at the right time. Synchronicities are flying all over the place. It just becomes an effortless free flow of authentic energy that guides you to who you're really meant to be and who you really are. And I wonder, if I can bridge somehow the Neville Goddard, what he says, act as if, right? It's kind of a fake it till you make it strategy. And for a lot of people that works and can work. And sometimes I think that's the path of least resistance, most allowance for us to take. But I want to be able to bridge the acting as if, acting as if we already are everything we want to be and become, act as if we already have everything that we're seeking. Maybe that's the first step on the ladder, but the second step and the biggest step is to, how do we embody it naturally? Go from acting as if to embodying it just naturally, and I think that's exactly what I've been talking about. I think you go from acting as if to embodying it naturally when you really decide to ask the questions, who am I? And literally take the time to write it down, to meditate on it, to pray on it, to verbalize it, to talk into a voice recorder, whatever you got to do. I think that's the bridge. I think acting as if is great to get the ball rolling and the momentum going. And it might be able to take you all the way there. Because you need to start feeling it in your body a little bit more. Like for me, for example, what I can start doing is, I've been feeling like dense, heavy, like gravity's been times 2. Like it's hard to get out of bed for some reason, all these things, because I was carrying around the beliefs I talked about earlier. But acting as if is a powerful tool because it allows you to create the energy and the movement patterns that allow you to be like, oh, this is actually like possible. Sometimes we do need to give ourselves a good push, not to force things to go in the direction that we want them to go, not to force a career, force a relationship, or force a definition or anything like that, but sometimes we need to get ourselves out of our shell, out of whatever energy that we have been creating in our life. For my example, just lately been feeling the fatigue in my body, feeling dense and heavy, groggy, things like that, and literally push myself to whatever it takes, put music on, throw myself around, do a dance, do something silly, but like get myself out of that funk and actually act as if I already am everything that I want to be, that I already have everything that I want to have, and actually feel that in my body. That's what the acting as if is all about. It's what I learned in acting school. That's what it was all about. Act as if. That's the Stanislavski slogan, is to act as if. It's the funny thing, and Neville Goddard, that's one of his biggest terms as well, is just to act as if, find a way to act as if. And so that's why I think it's the first step to then being able to embody everything naturally, is that we have to get out of our own way. We have to get out of our old body. We have to get out of our old self. We have to get out of whatever funk we're feeling in by giving ourselves a little push sometimes to find a way out of it, to embody the wish fulfilled, to act as if we already are everything that we want and have everything that we want to have. And then once that momentum starts growing, you no longer have to push yourself to act as if. You then start to bridge acting as if to embodying it naturally. And I think that's fun. I think that's a fun journey. I think that's a natural journey. I think if you jump straight to trying to embody it naturally, there's not like enough energy and momentum to allow it to feel natural. It's going to feel forced. It's going to feel phony. And it might feel phony regardless when you start acting as if too, because it flies in the face of who you've chosen to be, of what you think is actually possible, so on and so forth. But to keep it from feeling funny and phony for a long period of time, we have to allow ourselves to act as if, feel the phoniness, feel the fakeness, lean into being delusional about what you want to manifest, being delusional about how good your life actually is, being delusional about what you want to create and what you want to express in the world, being delusional that you will, no matter what, it is inevitable, that you will achieve it, you will embody it, you will have it, you will become it. Then that momentum will take you to the embodying it naturally part. But you have to get the ball rolling. Find out what feels right to you. This is the part of knowing thyself. Once you sort of ask yourself those questions, act as if you are that person that represents the answers to the questions that you've asked pertaining to who the hell am I? Who am I? What is my I am that I am? What is my I am that I am? What does that look like? What does that feel like? Once you know that, you've written it down, you've prayed about it, meditated on it, maybe you felt it in your imagination, then give yourself that little push to do whatever you can to catch the wind, to catch the scent, the feeling of that reality that you gave yourself the answers to those questions. And then it'll bridge naturally to embodying itself naturally. Does that make sense? So to go into it a little bit further, how would that version of you, how would that version of me walk? How would it speak? How would it make decisions? What's the cadence of its walk? What's the cadence of its verbalizations, of how it talks? Start experimenting with it. Start playing around with it. See what it has to offer you. See what you feel like when you give it a chance. You'll know, like, if it doesn't feel. So you got to decipher the difference between when you're embodying it, having a sense of fear about what other people are going to think, what your friends are going to think, and your family members are going to think, when you're deciding to embody something that they've never seen before, without having some external objective reality change or reality shift, or have something to show for it objectively. You have to be able to decipher between the fear that you may have to express that version of you, and knowing whether or not it's actually authentically you, whether it actually feels like an authentic expression of who you really are and how you want to present yourself to the world and represent yourself to the world. So you have to be able to decipher between the two, but you have to be willing to get it wrong. And you never get it wrong, really. We have to be willing to have it be incorrect. Be willing to fail at a decision to express yourself in a certain way. Be willing to be wrong about it. Be willing to have it feel not quite right. But if you don't give yourself the chance to feel and embody something that feels right to you, then you'll never be able to get there, because you're not even giving yourself a chance. You're not willing. You're not showing the universe, your higher self, God, any of it, yourself, that you're actually willing to try. Or that just you're simply not even willing to try, that you're willing to do. To give it a shot. To walk a little different, talk a little different, make decisions a little bit differently. Make a decision that you wouldn't normally make. And it doesn't have to be big. If you go on walks and you go a certain way, go in the opposite way, or go on a different walk, or call someone who you haven't called in a while. Just these little steps of differentiation, these different decisions, and just see how they feel. Instead of just doing what's mundane, instead of doing what feels like Groundhog's Day and is routine and that you would just do on autopilot. This is what you always do. Just start doing things a little bit differently, and that's going to help rewire your brain, rewire your nervous system, so that you can actually navigate who you actually are and what actually feels like who you really are. But know Okay, is this fear? Like when I'm feeling this and it doesn't feel quite right, is this because I have fear of what people are going to think of me? Or is this just because it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel authentic, let's try something else, let's pivot and try something else? Try a million different things, an infinite amount of expressions, an infinite amount of different things. See what it feels like. See what, see if you laugh at yourself, have a little giggle, see if it makes you smile. See if it makes you breathe a little bit deeper, a little bit more fully. Just see how your body starts reacting to the new version of you that you're deciding to give a shot, to shine the light on, to actually express. Because that's why people keep trying. That's why I caught myself saying trying. Because people get caught in, okay, I'm going to try to do this, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try it. No, just do it. Like, literally step into it. Step into the shoes of a new version of yourself, a new person. Just give it a shot. See what that feels like. See what that brings up. See, like, the clarity that comes from just doing and behaving in a different way than you ever have before. Or maybe you've behaved in that way before, but geez, it's been since you were a freaking kid and, you got bullied out of it because, it was threatening to the bully for you to be that way. That bully saw something in you that he or she wasn't, projected it on you, wanted you to not be it because it flies in the face of who they're not, makes them feel insecure, so they feel like they got to put you down, bully you, and then you put up all these barriers and these walls and play it small and into your little box for good reason, maybe that was the best thing you need to do and that you could do in order to protect yourself. But now you're actually able to re-embody that version of you that was really authentic when you were a kid. Or maybe you've never experienced it. Maybe as a kid you weren't able to experience it either. But either way, be willing to experience something you've never experienced before. And your life is just going to be a magical unfolding of grace and hope and prosperity and having new things happen that haven't happened before. It's going to feel good. It's going to feel authentic if you just try, if you just experiment with it a little bit. Just see what comes of it. Don't make it a big deal. Don't try so hard at it. Don't feel like you have to, go out and become anything that you're truly not. But give yourself a chance to fail a little bit, to experience something that only in distant memory you're able to remember. Just give it a shot. Because the moment that you finally actually decide, here's where it gets good. Here's where it gets really good. The moment that you decide to be different than what you've been up until this point, you finally decide, that is when your life and all things start rearranging. And this is what I am reaffirming in myself by speaking all of this to you guys right now from what is going on in my current experience right now, what I'm feeling. Just knowing that once you decide to do some different things, to behave in some different ways, to allow your energy to flow in some different ways, that things will start changing. Things will start rearranging in your reality. Maybe not right away, but if you persist in it, it will start rearranging. And it might rearrange a lot faster than you think it will. Because the universe doesn't have a concept of time like us humans experience. To us, there may be a bridge of time that needs to take place before we see that rearrangement, but maybe not. Maybe not, because to the universe, it takes no time to start rearranging the pieces of your life in a way that is reflective to who you are deciding to be. Not become, but simply be. That way you don't feel like you have to run yourself ragged in order to feel like you're allowed to be who you want to be. Or to feel how you want to feel. And I think that's what I've been doing. That's the residue, the stickiness that I've realized through this denseness and talking to you and what I'm experiencing right now with the heaviness, the tiredness, the drowsiness, is that I'm just carrying around someone that feels like needs to validate itself through certain actions or enough productivity. And it's just not true. It's not the entire truth anyways. Does that make sense? Does that bring up anything within you guys? Does it bring up questions? Does it make you want to affirm something? If it does, I mean, put it in the chat and we could talk about it, and we can, don't be afraid, Your questions are the questions of so many other people, and it'll help more people than you know. Or to just share your perspective or what you've been doing through or whatever it is. It just takes some new decisions. And for me, that's what I'm going to be going through. That's going to be what I'm experiencing, is the reflection of new decisions. Because my reality will start rearranging, and so will yours. And it has before. It has before. I think we just always need to, continue to re-up it. We got to just continue to re-up it. And just see where things go. Not have an expectation of what needs to happen, or what the outcome or what the arrangement actually needs to look like when it starts happening, when it starts rearranging itself, but just being open and just making new decisions for their own sake, because it feels better than the decisions we've been making. And the decisions that I've been making just make me feel like I'm only allowed to be happy and content if I do certain actions. And that just goes back to me not fully knowing myself, because that means I'm not taking the actions that represent who I know myself to be. It's a very sticky, precarious place to be. But once you realize that you're there, once you realize that's what's going on, you start making decisions and start acting differently, man, you're going to start feeling better. Once you finally answer those questions of who I am, who am I, so that you can know what actions represent who you are. But if you don't know who you are, then it's like you're looking for your keys in the dark without a light. And you can't find them anywhere. You can't find yourself anywhere. because you actually don't know yourself yet. You don't know yourself good enough yet. Because once you really know who you are, you will be inspired to take actions that reflect and represent who you say you are. And it'll just be natural. You know, this is who I am, so like this is what I do. And this is who I am, and this is what I don't do. And that's the nice thing about everything that we've experienced in our lives so far. We've already done so many things and experienced so many things and tried so many different things that we really do know who exactly we are not. Which is half the battle, is to know who you're not. So you can know who you are by knowing who you're not. So maybe that's the easier bridge, or maybe the easier questions to ask. Who am I not? And start writing those down and meditating those and verbalizing those. Who am I not? And then you'll be able to, from knowing what you're not and seeing that on a piece of paper, actually tangibly, or having verbalized it at least, you'll be able to define, well, who am I then? Then who am I actually? And once you really find who you are, yeah, I am going in on this. I'm going to let you guys know how it's going. You let me know how it's going for you too if you're feeling it. Whew! But I'm definitely going on that journey of really diving deep. I mean, I've asked those questions and I've reevaluated, reassessed myself many times in my life and gone through huge breakthroughs and transformations, but here we go again. There's always more to do, because we never get it done. We never get it done. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I hope that's hitting you guys. I hope you're feeling that. Oh, I'm going to, something world. Hi, thank you for this message. You're so welcome. How are you doing, my friend? Thank you for saying that. Thank you for being here and for listening to that message. You know, let me know where it hit you. Where did it hit your heart? What, did it allow your shoulders to drop a little bit? Did it give you a deeper breath than you're normally allowed to get? Like, let's talk about it and amplify that energy together. I'm happy to, if you're willing to, but if you're just here to say thank you for that, that's totally fine. If you're not comfortable going deeper or something, or sharing what hit you, but I'd love to know, because it helps so many people and it helps me, and I just love hearing it, and I love helping you guys through what you're going through in your life, because we're all in this together, and I'm just here to help and be a reflection of who you really are and who you can really be. We don't have to wait around. We don't have to sit around anymore. We don't have to fence it anymore. Now's the time to really, really be ourselves, fearless of the opinions of others, and to make new decisions for ourselves that start rearranging our realities in the way that we prefer. And it might look a little bit messy for a little bit, but that's okay. You'll be able to navigate it in a fun, loving, you'll be able to embrace the challenge, because you'll already be in that high state of being from knowing who you are. So when you see the messiness and the rearrangement, if it looks a little messy, which oftentimes it does at first, and I don't want that to scare you guys off when things do start rearranging. It doesn't mean that it's all going to be rainbows and butterflies right away. Things might really need to change drastically in order for you to be able to navigate what changes drastically, to then guide you to where you're meant to go, and what the true representation of the change that you've made and the new decisions that you made are taking you. Woo! It's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's powerful stuff. It feels, yeah, it's good. It's good. It hits my heart deeply, because I'm on my journey of becoming a better version of myself now at the age of 43. That's amazing. It's never too late. You're very, very young. Very, very young to be on that journey. And I honor that journey for you, and I'm proud of you for being on that journey and for never giving up, because so many people really do give up on themselves and just accept things for the way they are and the way they've been, thinking that that's the way that they will always be, and that they're powerless to change it. But you're coming into that realization now that, you have the power to change it. And you don't have to go out there and like do all these things and manipulate and work your face off, or self-sacrifice, or sacrifice time with your family, your kids, or whoever, or doing things that you want. You can actually just decide to become who you actually are. So it's not about like actually becoming something. It's just being who you are that you haven't uncovered yet. Because you haven't asked the right questions. You haven't asked those questions to truly know who you really are. So that you can take the actions that represent who you say you are. So that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. That's so great to hear. So great to hear. Lisa's here. What's up? You are definitely young. It's a constant process, evolving every day. What's up, Lisa? Very well said. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, Lisa. You're up very late, my friend. What is it, 2 a.m. there? But good to see you. Hope all's well. How's it going? Yes, Lisa, thank you. Yep. Yeah, we're all here for you. And, I'm doing this at a different time, so I appreciate Lisa coming in on here. There would normally be a lot more people to chime in and have your back and things like that. So just know that this is a very safe place, my friend. I'm trying to read Lake. Maybe Lake, L-A-K-E with the 3. N-S World. I'm just going to call you Lake. Unless you want me to call you something else. But yes, Lake, it is all possible. It's all possible. And many people, this is always a safe place to come if you're feeling like you need some fine tuning or some clarity on things. Oh, Lakin. Oh, I see now. Okay, I almost got it. I just couldn't figure out the okay. Well, okay. Oh, I see. Lake. Like in. Oh, okay. And then the S is what threw me off. Nice. Lakin. I love that name. That's awesome. Well, nice to meet you, my friend. You're in a very open-hearted, safe place. You can always come back to this. I usually do these Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Glad I found you today on a mystery Monday night. Margarita Mondays. A little impromptu, a little makeup for yesterday, missing my Sunday for Easter. I'm going to start probably doing these a little bit more often anyways, though, so just keep an eye out. And if it adds value to you, then I'd appreciate you subscribing and coming along and being part of the family and the journey. There's a lot of videos on my YouTube channel that are, reaffirming the things that I've said and that I say here, and maybe are just a little bit more clarifying because they're more direct with what the messages that I put out on the YouTube videos and the shorts. So yeah, if this resonates with you, I'd love to have you be a part of the fam and the movement that I'm creating here, and have you along on the journey. I think a lot of the videos I create, will help you out, take you out in nature, give you perspective, show you what I've gone through and continue to go through. So yeah, we're all in this journey together, and that's the thing. I'm just reflecting things that are in the collective. So many of us go through so many similar things, but just from different perspectives, different A, B, C, and D processes. But we all feel very similarly in different phases of life. Yes, I am. It's 3:18 a.m. Okay, so you're, oh, my bad. 7 hours. 7 hours ahead you are. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 7 hours. Okay, yep. Dang. I have work tomorrow morning and should be asleep. Body clock is off because I've had 4 days off work for Easter, so slept in every day. So now I'm not tired enough. Oops, I do the same thing. Lisa, I've been going through the same experience for, I feel like, a longer period of time than what you just said. Like, and that's what I was talking about at the beginning of this video is, man, just, yeah, feeling a little bit, our circadian rhythm is just, I'm finding a new way, a new orientation. So I feel you, because I can be up pretty late and then sleep in, or, you know, have some days to myself or whatever, more rest, and then you're like wired or all those kinds of things. So why not do some late night, you know, see who's on here a little bit later in the day, whether it's someone like you who's out there in the east or people who are over here in the west like me. Just like someone like Lakin, who found us here. But yeah, that is late. Holy cow. You'll have to do a little meditation into the Goddard again or something. Or just meditate yourself in, relax. Have a nice little, I don't know, little nightcap of some kind. Like, what would wind you down? Like a nice glass of wine, maybe? What do you like to drink over there in Scotland? Are you like big into the pubs and things like that? That's definitely a bucket list thing, is like the pubs of Scotland and England and Ireland. Be great to do a trip out that way. Oh. Nice. Where have we been going? Hour and 12 minutes already? Nice. I'll probably take a little break here in a minute or two. If you guys have anything you want to throw in, we could talk about real quick, and then we'll talk about some other things in the next hour. I think we're just gonna, you know, be in a expanded talk tonight. See who comes through. See who makes it in, and so on. Strangely enough, I don't drink alcohol, which is quite rare in Scotland. Yeah, I bet it is. I bet that's very rare. What about some on the other side? Some edibles? Some Mary Jane? Do you get into that instead? Or are you just kind of completely on the sober train, the sober-dober train? Because I know I have a lot of friends that helps them to sleep, is those edibles. I don't even know if that's all legal in Scotland. Is it? I'm not sure. I'm not aware. You know, we got lucky where I'm from. Colorado is the first or the second, but I think the first to have recreational marijuana, to where it's all fully legal. I think it was the first at least to decriminalize it and go into where you can purchase it with a med card and stuff like that. I don't do it myself anymore, the Mary Jane, but I know a lot of people who take some CBD or take some THC little droplets to help them sleep, or some edibles. Yes, we are a nation of drinkers, LOL. I am straight edge, as I believe it's known. Yeah, straight edge. Straight shooter. Straight shooter you are. And that's just fine. It's a great place to be. Yeah, I'm just like on the occasional one. I don't have a problem with any substances. It was just great. You know, I never feel like I'm addicted or like leaning on them, which is good. So yeah, I can able to just like casually have a pint or two when it feels right. Weed is a Class C drug, but police turn blind eye. Well, that's good. So they kind of know it's around. They can't really do much about it, so that's cool. A Class C drug, though. That sounds relatively serious. But at least they turn a blind eye to it. That's a bummer, though. I mean, don't you think? I mean, I don't know. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I just think it's pretty harmless in most cases if you use it correctly. It's if you have liquor stores, and I'm not talking about you or Scotland, but the world in general. If you have liquor stores open to the public, then I do not know why we don't have the Mother Jane, the Mary Jane as well, or instead. But anyways, that's not a topic I really care about anyways. But it's interesting. Class A is the top category. Weed is low at Class C. Okay, so Class A is like real bad. So even if you get caught with it, it's probably not even, it's probably just like a ticket or something. I feels ya. Well, maybe your favorite little ditty will put you to sleep here, Lisa. I'm probably going to throw that on for a second, refresh myself, and come back on afterwards. So if you're still here, I'll see you in a little bit, Lisa. Lakin, very nice to meet you. If you want to stick around, I'll just take a 5 or 10 minute little break here, and I'll be right back, and we'll continue talking about things. And if Lakin, you want to put anything in the chat while I'm gone, anything you want to ask or share or anything like that, feel free to throw it in, and I'll get to it then. It's widely smoked in public these days. Nobody bothers about it. Nice. That's good. That's good. As it should be, I think. You know, everything in moderation. That's awesome. All right. We'll see you in a little bit. We'll be right back. See you guys in a second.
I did
All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to this evening over here in Margarita Mondayville. Hopefully everyone's having a marvelous Monday night or early Tuesday morning. I'll bet Neo will be dropping in here from Japan at some point, possibly. It's got to be the early morning. She's probably on her way to class right now as we speak. Good old Neo. All right, so welcome back. I want to continue talking about, this spiritual awakening process, which is what I was basically getting to. Like when you really begin to start knowing yourself and deciding who you are and who you're not. That really is like the beginning of everybody's awakening in different ways and different, calibrations and so on and nuances and so forth. But spiritual awakening, when you start going through those things and awakening to yourself, awakening to who you really are, knowing thyself strongly, making different decisions that begin to allow your reality to start rearranging. And it really is the fun part, as messy as it can seem. And the messiness, it's not always the most peaceful. These are some of the symptoms, of a spiritual awakening, of you moving in a new direction. That is who you are. A lot of the things, as you have allowed yourself and your old identity and your old self to die, to be put to death, to lay it to rest, so to say. A lot of things also begin to die in your reflective reality as well, and that can look very messy. It can look scary, so that's why it doesn't always look like the most peaceful thing. Sure, it could be, for everybody it's a little bit different, and this is not like a scare tactic. I'm not trying to scare you off, obviously, from moving in the direction of your own awakening and your own spiritual growth and your own self-development and knowing yourself and all of that. But I just say it to say that you're not doing something wrong if you start to notice that it's not the most peaceful journey the whole entire time. Maybe there's bits and pieces and you can savor them and chew on them and feel them and taste them as fully as you can. But you can also learn to navigate the new reality by saying, like, look, this is what's happening. This is a reflection of change that I've made in myself. It's okay that maybe these old friends are starting to really not get in contact with me anymore. Or maybe you have a big breakup, or maybe you get fired in your job, or maybe you have the compulsion to quit your job, or whatever it is. And I'm not saying, I'm just giving you the different scenarios that can happen so that they don't catch you off guard, and so that you can navigate it quicker and maybe a little more gracefully than how I did when I was going through those times. It's not all rainbows and butterflies, and it doesn't need to be. It can actually be very, very beautiful how messy and chaotic it can be sometimes. And if you're in the right mind space and stay in the eye of the storm, allow yourself to stay grounded, you can really look at it and just laugh. Like all the chaos, all the things they're looking like they're going wrong, or people that are falling out of your life or whatever, you could just, see it as a blessing, see it as like, look, this is who I'm deciding to be, and this is actually a very, very good sign that I'm on the right path, going in the right direction for who I'm meant to be. Just because these temporary seeming misalignments are reflecting themselves to me based on the changes of decision, the way I'm acting, the way I'm behaving, the definitions that I've changed, the person who I've become or allowed myself to be. See, even I say it like that becoming thing. It's who I've allowed myself to be, uncovered myself to be. That all those things, it could be a little messy, but it's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing, sign to celebrate. So I just want to start with that. We got Sharice in the house. What's up? Good evening. It's 10:39 p.m. I know. And we got Lisa in here too, and it's freaking 4 a.m. almost over where she's at. Which is great. Just roll this into the new day, Lisa. Maybe if you stay up all night and into the day, you'll be able to go to sleep tonight, your Tuesday night. Maybe that's just what you got to do. Sometimes that's what I think I need to do. I just need to stay awake all damn night, see what the hell happens. Fuck is everyone doing up for real? I know. Well, it's still pretty early for me, 8:42 over here. But yeah, I just decided, I'm making up for yesterday's Easter holiday. Missed out on yesterday. Making up for it and seeing who's alive out here on these Monday nights. Seeing who's alive and available and willing and open, It's good. We already met Lakin here, who's dropping in, 10:42 on the East Coast. Oh, you're in Philly. Nice. Philly. I've always wanted to go there. Seems like a dope place. Seems like a really good place. That's awesome. What's going on over there in the Philly land, Lakin? But yeah, Sharice, we're just going with the flow here. Monday, I like it. See who we can find on these Monday nights. We'll bring them in, align with them. I did the up all night on Saturday. This is the result. Oh no, really? I can't remember the last time I really fully pulled an all-nighter. It's been a while. It has a crazy feeling to it, doesn't it? It's just like, man, I was up all night. I'm still awake right now. I could go to sleep, but I might as well stay awake. Let's just roll this over. Oh boy, Lisa. Yeah, my blessings to you, my child. Oh, I love a Philly cheesesteak, dude. I've had to have a real Philly cheesesteak. I mean, I've had some really, really good Philly cheesesteaks before. There used to be a guy who would bring a food cart when I was little to the town I'm in, and he would do like Philly cheesesteaks, but his own way. And dude, I can still taste it now. Holy shit. And it's been 23, between 20 and 25 years. Probably since I've had it. I can still taste it in my mouth. It makes me water. It makes me mouth water. Oh gosh, though. That sounds so good. Why, Sharice? Why? Damn, I want one now. Even New York had some pretty good Philly cheesesteaks when I lived there in Manhattan. They had some decent ones. Some decent ones. Philly is good. Glad we out of the snow and ice. Yeah, me too. I'm feeling that over here. I'm over here in Colorado, by the way. So we're out of the snow and ice too. It's the warmest spring, and it was the driest winter we've ever had. It was crazy. So whatever. Bring on an early summer. It's been good. Yeah. Yep. Loving the fit, Maxwell. Looking like a nice conservative college jock. That's exactly my type casting. When I was an actor, was so many like college douchebag jocks. I know you didn't put the douchebag in there. I appreciate it, but yes. But it was never who I was, man. I was always this, Sharice, you know this. I'm the more sensitive type. Maybe I look like that, I get it. And typecasting will fit you right into that, but I always got cast in those roles or auditioned for those roles. And yeah, it's acting, so I could act them out and I could act that out just fine, but I was much more the romantic, the sensitive, the lead role, the hero, those kinds of things instead of the jock douchebag and stuff. But there was just nothing really being good written, I don't think, when I was auditioning in New York either. In my opinion, like there just wasn't a whole lot of roles that would give me those opportunities. So, anyways, yeah. The jock thing that you bring that up, that's why I grew my hair out, is to originally when I first moved back here, I'm like, I gotta like soften my look. Because when I have short hair, I think you'll see one day that I really look like a jock, I guess. But with the hair, it kind of softens the look, makes me feel a little more sensitive, makes me feel like I can express those sides of me a little better, or at least be seen by those, allow others to see that side of me, maybe a little more instead of getting lost in the whatever else when I have shorter hair. It's funny. But yep, letting the hair down and got the hat on. Weather's perking up. I was wearing the South Side today, shooting a vid, and just kept it rolling. So good, but I had to stop eating those foods. Yeah, I bet. I mean, they would, yeah. Probably eventually add up, man. Those things are huge. They're probably like almost 2,000 calories a pop. and all that grease and stuff. But man, every once in a while, oh my gosh, I would just love to dive into that. I stayed up to watch Kanye live in LA on Saturday night. It finished at 7 a.m. We still had snow here in Scotland this weekend. Wow. Okay, yeah. Big Kanye fan there, Lisa? Just doing it for fun. Like Saturday Night Live? Or no, Kanye live in LA. Okay, so he was just performing until 7 a.m. That's wild. Oh, 7 a.m. your time, so midnight our time. Okay, that makes more sense now. Still had snow here in Scotland this weekend. Yeah, when does the weather start changing over there in Scotland to like a true like summer feel? And how long do summers last? Do you get like a full summer? I feel like it's cold in Scotland a lot. But maybe that's just because you get a lot of rain, right? It looks so green and amazing there. I want to golf there so bad. Damn, if you had short hair, you'd look like the biggest womanizer, like the one that disrespects everyone. Exactly. Earrings and everything. Yeah, I know. I didn't have the earrings, and I didn't have earrings until I came back to Colorado. But you're right, and that was the typecasting, Charisse. Damn it! You're the exact casting director and agent that would have sent me out for all the wrong things. Except you know who I am, so you would have been a much better agent than what I had. They just get stuck in their ways, feeling what they feel. Catfish headline photo, expected to see a hot babe. Ha! That's funny. Did you think I was a chick from the thumbnail for the live stream that I have? That's freaking hilarious, Steve. What's up, dude? Nice to meet you. That's a new name. Haven't seen you there before. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Headline photo, right? Yeah. Like, you gotta look a little closer. That's funny. Well, I mean, look, if I have feminine features, some womanly features, that is not the worst thing in the world, so I'll take it as a compliment. My son is a big fan. I watched with him. It is cold a lot here. It should warm up in 4 weeks, I hope. Yeah, what is it like? It just started to be April? Yeah, May. Sometimes here in Colorado it would not warm up until June, actually most of the time. And like April and May would just be like sleet, snow, maybe a little bit of rain, and then summer would just hit all of a sudden in June. And it has snowed as late as June here, at least in where I live before it has. So it's pretty wild. Pretty wild. All the different climates, all the different things that go on in the world. But yeah, Charisse, you're right. That makes me laugh, dude. Well, you'll probably see it eventually. I don't even know. Part of me wants to cut it off for summer, but part of me is like, I worked so hard to get here that I should make it last. I don't know. I'm torn. We'll see how hot it actually gets in the summer. If I'm just dying of heat, I might just chop it off and show you guys the other side of me. I change a lot. Like another reason why I was an actor. Like depending on like if I'm bulking up, gaining weight, putting on muscle, or cutting and losing weight and getting more whatever like I'm going towards right now, and then whatever my hair's doing, if it's longer like this, or if it's short, or if it's somewhere in the middle, like I look a lot different. So it'll be fun just to see and hear all you guys' reactions as that happens. I get a lot of different like lookalikes depending on what's going on with what I'm doing. That's funny. Oh gosh, that is funny. What I got here? Hang on, let me check this. Bring this up a touch. Shutter speeds. Oh, it's not that bad. It doesn't look as. Yeah, we're fine. Maybe one notch. Boom. Okay. Anyways. I still have my long hair that I chopped off. Oh, you still have it, like in a bag? I don't want to give it away because people be doing all kinds of obi-ya, man. I have no idea what that means, but I guess I sort of understand. Some crazy shit. Yeah, so much, same here. Right? You know, it just Just happens. I know. I am. I'll be changing. Oh, OBI is black magic. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, with like your hair and shit. Yeah, they could toss that into like a little cauldron, like the black cauldron or something. Put some fairy dust on it. Who knows? And then you're gonna have like the fairies of your hairpiece coming to haunt you. I don't know. Obiya is the Jamaican term for voodoo. Okay. I've never heard of that. Or maybe I'm just pronouncing it wrong. I've never seen it written. Obiya. I probably should stop saying that. Oh, shit. That's true, though. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't even feel like I wouldn't want to give my hair away for someone else to wear. It just feels wrong. I don't know. I'd much rather give a kidney or an organ or something than to give my hair for someone to like wear on the external, you know? It'd be kind of weird. So you just have that thing in a bag? You can't reattach it though, right? You can only do that with dreads, right? If you have dreads or corn rolls or I don't know, whatever. You can reattach those. People save those. But you just got yours sitting in a bag to look at it. You got it framed, Charisse. I might frame my hair when I cut it just to remember everything that it took to get there. I'm originally from Jamaica. Oh, is that right, Lakin? So from Jamaica to Philly. How did that happen? From Jamaica to Philly. How did that happen, Lakin? I'd love to hear it. That's wild. That is wild, my friend. I'm originally from, what the fuck, yo? I'm from Trinidad. There you go. Caribbean people unite. Look at that. Hey, Charisse, we da ya. We da ya. Oh, God. My fucking gringo ass. Was the scene, brother? Wow, oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Was the scene, brother? Wagwan, man, right? Is that Jamaican? Wagwan? Wagwan, brother. Wagwan. I could have totally butchered that. Might be something for somewhere else. I think that's Jamaican, maybe. Charisse? Lakin, let me know. Sup, how goes in existence? Astral projection, AP, what's up, dude? It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Existence goes well. How goes your existence? Good to see you, my friend. How you been? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Hope all's well with the AP. Good to see you again. Yeah, we're just, it's chopping it up with some newbies. It's doing a little Monday, Margarita Monday right now. Mystery Monday. I've never done a Monday night live stream, making up for yesterday missing on Sunday like I normally do. But I'm liking it. A little Monday night, see who we find out here. Yeah. Max, you're killing me. I know. Right? Wagwan, man. Wagwan, man. They even do this, right? Wagwan, man. All right. Yeah, it's my white ass, my gringo ass. Existence is nice, right on, AP. Good to hear, good to hear. Yeah. How's everything going? How are your cats? Or no, plants. You said you got a lot of plants and maybe cats. How are those going? You've been talking to the plants a lot? That's so nice, guys. It's great when you find your people, isn't it? That's what I love so much and maybe the most about these live streams is that so many people meet each other from around the world and they're not too far away. A lot of people like from India who don't live that far from each other. It's been great to see. And yeah, to make connections and where I get to meet all you guys from all around the world too and get all these different perspectives and things going on. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You said it right. Wagwan, brother. All right. Yes, wagwan, brother. Okay, so it is. Yeah, I thought it was Jamaican, but I got scared. I got real nervous. Who's my Jamaican brother? What's your name, homie? It's Lakin. The L4KEN is Lakin. It took me a second. I got to the lake part, but it's actually Lakin. So there you go, Charisse. Charisse, Lakin, Charisse. Glad to acquaint ya. Mine, yeah, you, AP. Mine, my cat is good. I don't really have plants, but I like to commune with everything alive. Okay, yeah, maybe it's your cats. Remember last time you were here talking to plants or a cat or something. So yeah, nice. But yeah, commune with everything alive. That's what's up. That's what's up. Cat is good. I got a cat myself. Got a, what is it? A brown tabby, short hair, I think it's called. Brown tabby. Yeah, brown tabby, short hair. He's awesome. His name's Cyrus. He's the dopest cat around. Oh. I'm a she and my name is Lakin. There you go. Nice to meet you all. Nice to meet you, Lakin. Yep, Lakin, welcome to the crew. We got the late night crew. We got AP in here, who it's been a while. We caught him on a good night here. That's super cool. But yeah, super nice to meet you, Lakin. Glad everything resonated with you in the first hour. Now we're just kind of chopping it up with people who are chopping it up, which I love. You know, it's a great balance between, you know, wisdom sharing and experience sharing, and just chopping it up with you guys. Getting you all to get to know each other too. It's a supportive community. But thank you. Yeah, thanks for saying you're a, yeah, Lakin. Beautiful name. Beautiful name. I have a short hair tuxedo. Oh, nice. A short hair tuxedo. Doug or Douglas when he's in trouble, LOL, dice. Douglas! You little shit! Get out of my fucking... Yeah. Oh my god, cats are so fun, aren't they? They're just awesome. They are amazing, amazing creatures. That's cool, though. A short hair tuxedo. Nice. I like that. Douglas! Should have known you're a girl. Love, Shensia. Okay, you're probably talking Jamaican. Shensia. Gyal. Oh my god. Ah, Shanisie. 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 Charisie. I love cats. Somehow ended up with a dog, though. Oh yeah, but dogs are great too. I mean, it's great. Like, I'll definitely get a dog one day soon. But I got my cat, New York street cat. I didn't find him myself, but he's from the streets of New York City, which is pretty cool. Adopted him when he was 3 months old. He was just a little shit running around. He was awesome. It's cool how they come to you, like he just laid in my lap, belly up, and that's how I knew. Shin Yang. Yeah, welcome Lakin. Welcome Lakin. Yeah, welcome back. Astral Projection AP on Twitch. You guys can see in the unified chat we got going on here. Yeah, AP was with us a couple of months ago. It's been a little bit. But he's definitely one of the OGs on here as well. Lisa, all the love. The cat distribution system. Mm-hmm. Shensia is a huge Jamaican artist. She's basically international now. Everyone loves her. Her recent song is Hit and Run, I think. Play it for real. Yeah, I'll play it sometime. I wish I could play it here, but I would get shadow banned on YouTube. It's a bunch of BS. But I will. Hit and Run. Nice. I bet that's great. Like that Jamaican heart and soul in some music. I need to find more. In my life. I'm glad everyone's doing well. Thanks for interacting with each other and hanging out. Glad we're kind of finding a little wave of communication here on this Monday night. 9 p.m. over here at the hour and 50-minute mark here. So far, so good. Gonna just keep on pushing this on. Maybe find some late night YouTuber or Twitchers, whatever. Find some new people. Found one in Lakin, which is awesome. Good to have you part of the fam, Lakin. Yeah, that journey from Jamaica to Philly though, like what's the story behind that? That's quite the change, I would imagine. Look, Sharice, I have chapstick. I wonder if that guy's going to comment again. You know what's funny, Sharice, about that comment about the chapstick is that it was actually a coconut based chapstick. I don't know if it's coconut oil. I don't have it with me. I forgot to look, but that was kind of like hilarious. It's funny what people like latch onto, you know? And I got this new one too. This is like a Dr. Dan one. It's better for like cuts. I think this one is actually good for you. Dr. Dan's Cordybalm. My lips have been just so damn chapped from the dry weather. Anyways. What was the comment? I don't know what you mean. What was the comment? What do you mean? I missed it. My train of thought went past. Yeah, AP, I don't know if you can reference the chat here, as you can see on the screen for the YouTube. I was just letting everyone know that you're here on Twitch. I have the exact same chapstick. What the fuck, Max? What are we doing? I'm using it right now. The fuck, Max? This one? The Cordybalm? Yeah, I think this one's actually healthy for you. My lips have been so chapped, dude. They're like cracking. I'm just always like incessantly putting this shit on. Synchronicity, Lisa says. Yes, it is. I know, and there was this guy commenting on my thing. I was putting on a different chapstick, and he was kind of going off on me about it, saying I was putting poison in my lips and stuff, which I understand. It's just funny what people like latch onto. I'm sharing like some deep stuff, but no, the chapstick. Don't put that to your lips. Yeah, it comes from a good place though, but it's kind of funny that I think it was a coconut based, maybe even coconut oil like he was suggesting. Anyways, that's an inside thing. Sharice and I were commenting on it with that guy. It's funny. Definitely synchronicity, Lisa. It was a culture shock. I came here when I was 9 years old. My grandparents landed in Philly in the 70s. Really? That's cool. Oh, my bad. Okay, you said someone commented about chapstick. Yeah, like I was like putting on posted a YouTube short from one of my live streams, and I was just like putting on chapstick like during it. And he was like, that's poison that you put to your lips. And then Sharice was asking for like suggestions, like I have chapped lips too and shit. And then he was like, use coconut oil. Everything else is like bullshit or something. I don't know. He was just, he was really on the chapstick thing for some reason. But the funny thing is that the chapstick, when I looked at it afterwards, was like a coconut-based chapstick, not flavor-wise. I think there is like coconut oil in it, so I don't know. He didn't even know that what I was using was actually a relatively healthy chapstick. It's funny. Wanted to see his lips for real. Pretty sure he licks it. That's why I threw it in, so he'd be a Okay. Yeah, I sensed like a little bit of you coming, you having my back in it, because yeah, he was like, borderline aggressive with the chapstick comment, for sure. But we turned it into something nice, something funny, something to laugh about now, afterwards. It is funny though, dealing with the certain comments, for sure. The places people come from and the things they put out there is pretty crazy. That's funny though. That's why I threw it in. So yeah, he doesn't put anything on the lips. He just licks them over and over. Weird. People need to moisturize more often, including their lips. I know. And that's what I was doing. I was just moisturizing. I was just giving health to my lips. That's what I thought. I thought I was giving health to my lips, not poison. But I know, we gotta watch it, certain moisturizers and, all of it we gotta watch it sometimes. So I get it. Anyways, earlier you spoke a little bit about Mary Jane. What is your take on ayahuasca? Oh yeah, nice, Mary Jane. Yeah, it's, I've never done ayahuasca. I will likely never do ayahuasca, but never say never, but probably not. Chapstick gate. Lisa, that's funny. That's what it felt like, dude. That's what it felt like. Yeah, on ayahuasca, I don't know. Have you done it? Have you done it, Lakin? I think it's fine. If you really feel called to do that and inspired to go for it, I think I think that's totally fine. You know, no judgments here. I do think it can be Makio. Think it can be, spiritual distraction sometimes, or something that people think it's like an initiation to become spiritual, or to become awakened, or to let go of traumas. And it's not the only way. It doesn't even necessarily have to be the best way, but it's a tool, just like everything else. So people who are called to it, I think there's definitely could be some great properties and things to it, but maybe it's a little bit overzealous, a little overemphasized in maybe the spiritual world, the spiritual community, or the self-development community. Again, for me, it's like using things on the outside to make us feel like we need to use those things on the outside to allow us to let go of our traumas, and I much prefer to dig within ourselves. But some people need tools like that and permission slips like that to allow their awakenings, or to allow their traumas, or allow themselves to be healed, things like that. So that's fine. Who am I to judge? It's all good. But from my perspective, I think it's a little bit overdone, overemphasized. Seems like it's a kind of some kind of gateway to spirituality when it's not really. I think a lot of people could see it that way based off of what's out there, but I don't know too much about the properties, so I can't speak on that. But what do you think about it? Do they have that a lot down there in Jamaica, Lakin? And have you done it? And if so, what was your experience? And if not, do you want to? Because people who feel called to it, that's totally fine. Anyone into Yellowstone, new spin-off is coming out in May. It's called Dutton Ranch. So excited. Can't believe they made Beth's character after me. I couldn't get into Yellowstone. Have you seen 1883? So like the original, or what is it? I think it's like the precursor to that, and then they did 1923, that show. I watched that one too. That one they had its moments. It was pretty good. Kind of ended weird. Not gonna spoil it. But Charisse, if you like Yellowstone, you gotta watch 1883. It's just a 1-season series. What do they call those? I forget what they call them. But it's just a one-off, 1 season, and it's great. You would love it. 1883. And it's like the precursor to Yellowstone. How Yellowstone became Yellowstone, like all those people and those characters. And then there's the 1923 with Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. That one was okay. Had its moments. But I love like the Western ones like that are out in nature and stuff. Reminds me of home. That's stuff that I would have loved to be, an actor in. But in New York, I never got any of those auditions. I never saw any of those auditions either. But man, to be in like a Western, something like that would be sick. Ride some horses. But you got to check out 1883, Charisse. You got to do it. I've never done it, but I have done shrooms. I was happy the entire day, LOL. I was just interested because Kendrick Lamar said that the ayahuasca, it strips the ego from the bottom. from the bottom. Yeah, and that's what I've heard too. Heard stuff like that. So yeah, some people need it. Some people really just need to go into that, place for it. So yeah, it's all good. Very interesting though. Yeah, I've done shrooms a few times. Had great times. Some very epiphany, a lot of good epiphanies, good feelings. Feel like good awakening thoughts, But that's cool. Yeah. It's all there for us to, use if we feel inspired to. Oh, we'll watch it, but I'm already watching my anime right now. Beastars. Supposed to be studying, but here I am drinking and shit. Nice, drinking and hanging with us. That's great. I love it. Yeah, well, check it out. You're not going to be disappointed. You're going to really like it. It's the best one. I think it's great. People can open their third eye or reach a higher level of consciousness through meditation or a traumatic experience or drugs. If you use drugs to achieve that higher level of consciousness, though, just be prepared for the repercussions of that if you're not mentally or emotionally prepared for what will come after. AP, I couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. Could not have said it better myself. Yeah, I think that's all spot on, really. And you can get to those same places by using meditation or opening your third eye or achieving a higher level of consciousness through meditation and so on. You can achieve those, those states of being that you get from the drugs, the ayahuasca, the DMT, 5-MeO, all that stuff, naturally, and through breath and so on. So I'd much rather go through it that way, find the natural way to get all that going within myself and have that same experience. Damn, Lakin, you got a supply, my gal? We would try everything, Kush or local. True, yep, true, Lakin says. Yeah, yep. A lot of good vibes here, guys. Appreciate it. You got a supply. Is it hard to get there in the Caribbean? I would imagine they're growing like weeds over there, the shroomy doomies. Yeah, I would imagine they are just blossoming. But it's kind of like, seems highly like Caribbean, based off what you've told me. Sure, he seems like it's kind of maybe a little uptight over there sometimes about certain things. I don't know. Appreciate the combos. Appreciate the conversations with you guys here on this late night little Monday. Not that late for me. What are we at? Oh, 2 hours. Perfect. Absolutely not. We grow that shit. I stopped, but access is pretty easy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, good to hear. You grow it yourself, huh? That'd be fun. Imagine like growing it yourself, nurturing it the entire time. And then when you actually decide to like take it based off what you've nurtured it, that would be the dopest experience, I feel like. Like grow it yourself, nurture it. You could speak to it lovingly, create that relationship with it, give it your intentions perhaps. You could play with it in a million different ways. And then when it's finally ready to be harvested, and then you do it with the intention of whatever you're doing it with, that would be pretty dope. Charisse, have you done that? I mean, that sounds fun. Sounds like a good night. Access pretty. I agree, Charisse. Yeah. I know, it's funny the things we get into in our journeys, We're at 2 hours and 4. Yeah, I'm just kind of enjoying the little combo here with you guys. It's really nice to be introducing you guys to the new peeps. Got Lakin in here. We got AP back. Probably take a little break here in a few minutes. We'll keep the convo going, and then we'll get into maybe some other topics, go into some other stuff, or continue talking, whatever. I'm down for whatever, Just checking this over here. First of all, I'm too pretty to be growing it, but I do ask guys on blocks and stuff to give me some. Too pretty to be growing it, huh? I don't see why that matters. Why can't you be pretty and grow what's pretty? Pretty and also grow something very pretty. Like those magic you-know-whats. But you'd rather ask guys on the blocks and stuff to give you some. Yeah, I mean, as long as you know them, right? As long as you're good friends with them, kind of suss them out. Make sure that they're not sus. because that's how I smoked laced weed that completely changed my life. Was getting it off the street and not from my normal trusted sidekick. I did it on a whim, just a cheap dime bag, and it was laced with some shit. I told you this, Charisse, before, but for you other guys, yeah. Like, I smoked laced weed one time, by accident, obviously. And my life has not been the same. That's why I can't really do, like, substance. I can't even do, like, shrooms or weed anymore. Like, it freaks me out. It makes me feel like I'm going through that trauma that I went through when I smoked it. I was, like, crawling around for, like, 2 hours, calling people, thinking I need to go to the hospital. All these crazy things. Totally changed my life. So just keep that in mind. Always make sure you know your dealers. Make sure they're legit. Because I made that mistake just off a whim. Like, me and my brother, we were smoking a joint on Riverside Park in New York City right before going to see the Eagles in Madison Square Garden. And this guy comes up to us because he saw us smoking. He's like, take my number, blah, blah, blah. And like in New York, you're just like, sometimes you just got to take their number so they just leave you the hell alone. So I just took it, stashed it away on my phone, didn't think about it. A month later, I get an impulse to do, I'm in a pinch. I don't want to wait around. I don't want to pay, the money I normally pay. I just want to do a quick dime bag. So I call him. I do it. I get the stuff, do the little handoff thing, out there on the bench, all slick. And which we kind of always did in New York. It was always kind of fun. I'll get into that in a second, but I took it home, loaded it up in the bowl, took one rip of it, and I was out of here. I was still present. I wasn't like, out of my body or anything, although, I thought I was going to have a damn heart attack. I didn't know what was going on. It was the worst experience ever. Scary, freaky. And now, like, whenever I do, like, certain things, I have to be careful about how much I drink, too, because if I drink too much, it'll trigger, like, if I'm feeling, like, too much change in my body, it'll trigger that, like, trauma, make me feel like something's actually going wrong. When I smoke weed that I know isn't laced, stuff that I get from dispensaries and stuff, can't do it anymore. Can't even have caffeine anymore. It was definitely a life changer, but all happened for a good reason. Whew! But it was nuts. But to, like, get Mary Jane in the in New York, we'd have this company called City Grade. You would just text them your address, and then they'd tell you what car they're in, and they'd pick you up, and you have to be all, like, sly about it, keep the money down. You tell them what they want. You can put the money in the cup holder. Boom, they close it. They hand you this little vial. Just like that, happens very quickly. You get the hell out of the car, or they drive you around the block, make it look inconspicuous. And I would do that all the time in New York. New York was definitely my stoner phase. And I didn't even have this hair to go with it, unfortunately. Because then you'll be smelling like it. Oh, you smell like it, huh? Okay, that's true. You don't want that to be your perfume. I don't want to nurture something I don't particularly want to do, for sure. Yeah. No, I know. I'm just talking. But yes, I don't ask anyone. They offer, and I'd only accept from people I know. Kind of cut it out. Yep. Max, remember that John guy I once mentioned, the love of my life from NYC? Yes, the doorman. He had that same experience, and it sent him into a deep depression. He's never been the same since. It's affected us for sure. Really? What the heck is going on? That's some of the strangest synchronicities ever, with you and me and people in your life and the things that... It's very strange. Very cool. I like it. I love it. But that's wild. It was a life-changing experience for sure. It wasn't necessarily the source of my, like, depression, but, like, it sucked. Like, and even when I get excited about something, my body will sometimes confuse it with the overstimulation or that feeling of excitement or even, like, nervousness or adrenaline before, like, a show or before I'm about to do something important or something like that. It'll start kind of triggering those feelings because I feel like the changes in my body, and then it starts, like, associating in that way. So it's something that I actually deal with and navigate and things like that in my day-to-day life. It's but everything happens for a good reason, and I believe I was led to experience for a very positive reason. Actually, I'll get more into that in a second. Sorry to hear it affected the relationship, though. It's a bummer. Like, but yeah, smoking laced shit, man. It is no joke, or anything laced. You know, there's so much in drugs that are, yeah, it's nuts. That's why I've never tried any drugs. Far too scared of something going wrong. Yeah, no, I mean, just wise, obviously. Yeah, I get you, Lisa, for sure. Everything happens for a reason, even the scary or crappy stuff, says AP from Twitch. Yep, you're absolutely right, my friend. You're absolutely right. You know, it can all be turned for a positive reason, you know, or turned, you know, you can always define it positively. So, and that's the only way you're going to get a positive outcome from the seemingly negative situation anyway. So, great point. I don't want Mads to like unalive me, but you remind me a lot of him. Only the looks and the way you talk and your humility, you're very different. You're very different, but yes, he used to write songs for me, etc. What the fuck, for real? Wow. That is wild. No, it's all good. You're good. You can express yourself how you wish. Share what you want, Charisse. It's all good. When you talk, you're very different. He used to write the songs. He used to write songs for you, and you'd sing them, or like put guitar to them. Do you play an instrument, Charisse? You play guitar, or like piano, or something? That's very interesting. His one of these days, I'm gonna try to manifest him back. Yeah? I mean, I've given you all those tools to do so. For sure. For sure. You know, just release the expectation and insistence on it, because that's just gonna add all that resistance. Yeah, when you feel right, you know, one of these days, I like, you know, that implies needs some more time. Let it settle to where it's not like so important. It's just kind of like a fun idea. Oh, it'd be fun. And I wonder if, you know, I wonder if that could happen. I wonder if we could get back together somehow. Whatever. Just make it a fun little game, you know. But how odd is that, though? All those similarities. That's kind of freaking me out. Not in a bad way, but geez. I mean, the doorman, the laced weed experience, you think we're alike in certain ways. He writes songs for you to sing. I'm a singer. It's very fascinating. I have 2 guitars, but I can't play. He's a Capricorn. Okay, enough about that bitch. How's everyone? How's Mads? How's your sleep? I've been sleeping good. You've been sleeping good? I've been sleeping... It's still a bit of a mess. I was talking about it at the beginning of this. But, honestly, I really figured it out here in the first hour of the stream. My opening hour monologue. Yeah, there was a lot of good shit in there. Like, I really kind of came to my own, you know, epiphany, I think, of not only the sleep thing, but just like my energy, Charisse, and it's been so. Oh, good. Okay, my sleep is hectic right now, says AP. Just because I got a lot going on. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, something's going like it's an interesting thing that I think many of us are experiencing right now. But yeah, sleep has been like a challenge for me, and I just feel like no matter how much sleep I get, I'm still like exhausted, feel very tired. Again, like you'll look back on the first hour or whatever, but gravity just feels like it's times 2. I just feel like heavy and like dense, and my body feels fatigued and like tired and exhausted. Has been, you know. And so yeah, just kind of playing around with that, working through it, see what the messages are, seeing what they have to share with me, to show me, and all of you guys. but it definitely seems to be a theme going around lately. The whole sleep thing, exhaustion, feeling tired, things of that nature. But yeah, I feel you. Got a lot going on too, AP. I mean, we just keep rolling on, maneuver it how we can, decipher what is best for us to keep continuing doing, and what new decisions that we might need to make that allow our energy back and allow our sleeps to be full. I just feel like I can't get into that full, like, deep REM sleep, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's the journey. It's the journey. Indeed, yep. Two guitars though. So Charisse, you just sing. I mean, I don't play any instruments either. I can read music. I used to play trumpet in high school. It would be cool to like bring the trumpet back with the jazz standards I sing and do that one day, perhaps. It was a fun instrument to play, but I can read music, but I don't play the guitar. My wrist doesn't even like go, so I'm just piano maybe one day. Maybe I could learn the piano, but my coordination is kind of weird. Like I can't do this and then this. See, look, I can't even. Yeah, it's a bit of a coordination issue with me. But instruments are fun. They're fun to play. But that's cool. Like you'd write the songs, sing them. Charisse, you could write me a song, maybe. I could write you a song. That would get too weird. If I write you the song, that'd be too close. Too close to home. Let's not do that. Alright, where are we at? 2:17. I think I'm going to take a little short break here, guys. Come back to it here in a second. If you got any last second comments here, I'll just take a little 5-minute break. I used to be able to play the steel pan and some piano. Nice. The steel pan. Like the thing with all the different, where you go like this. And there's all the notes all around it. Or it's like a steel drum, kind of. Maybe it's called pan. I think I know what you're talking about. That would be cool. I could see you doing that. But nah, he would only sing. Oh, he would sing it. Oh, God. Wait, I used to be able to play the steel pans and piano, but nah, he would only sing it and compose the music for me. I still listen to it when I want to die and shit. Yeah. Oh, fuck, that's funny. Yeah, when you just want to torture yourself with your broken heart, still have his recordings. Dude. I feel that. That's beautiful, though. So he sings too. Yeah, it's getting a little too crazy. Sure, he's just getting a little too close. It's freaky. Very, very strange. Interesting synchronicities. That shit is hilarious though. So when I want to die and shit, yeah. Oh boy. Yep. Well, you could write a song about how you're doing that too. Maybe write a song, right? Write some poetry about it or something. Yeah, I probably won't come back after the break, but everyone take care. Yeah, all good. It's getting late over there, I know. It's all good. Yeah, 11:30, almost midnight. Just do a little more studying. But good to see you, Charisse. Good to see everybody. You take care, Max. Only write songs for Mads before she kills you. Yeah, I don't write songs anyways. Well, at least not yet. Yeah, before she kills both of us, I know. No, it's funny. It's all good. There's none of that to worry about. But yeah, have a good night, my friend. See you later, Charisse. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday already, so we'll be running it back tomorrow. Maybe a little bit earlier, maybe around this time. It's kind of nice. I don't know. But yeah, maybe we'll see what the day brings. But everyone, it's great talking. I'm just going to take a little 5-minute break and we'll continue on, so don't go anywhere. But if you do, we'll see you guys in the next one. I'll be on tomorrow. Not sure what time. Sometime between 1 and like 6 or 7 p.m. I know that's not like the most helpful, but you'll see it out there. It's scheduled. They usually post it an hour or a few hours beforehand. So just keep an eye. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. Would appreciate it. So you guys know when I'm going live and I'm posting a new video and things like that. Stay up to date. We can all stay connected. So definitely appreciate a subscription if you guys feel inspired by the channel, the intention of what I got going on here and things like that. Would appreciate it. Much love to you. Good to see you guys. We'll be back in maybe a few minutes. Good night, Charisse. See you later. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. And here we all are. Welcome back. AP says I'm going to dip too. Got to take care of some stuff before bed. AP, you're probably already gone, but thank you for being here. Good to see you again, my friend. Very good to see you again. Drop in anytime, pal. Yeah, maybe we'll do like two or three night streams a week, or 2 or 3 earlier in the day, because a lot of the people I've met on this are from overseas and from very, very far away, so it's late for a lot of them, just like it's late for Lisa. And although that doesn't matter for Lisa, which is fun. But for my overseas friends, got to go a little earlier a few times a week too. So yeah, we'll be getting back on here tomorrow too, running it back with more and more to talk about, more and more to go through. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we get into. But really enjoying just conversating with you guys too. Excuse me. Whoa, there's the first yawn of the night. Yeah, it's getting a little. I started a little after 7, like 7:15, 7:20. So we try to go to like 11 o'clock. If we could take this next segment to 11 o'clock maybe. Been on here for 2.5 hours. But we'll see who else we run into. Meet some other friendly faces like Lakin. But anyways, what I started talking about at the beginning, and then we got lost in some great conversations, which was fun. But to bring it back, bring it back home to what I like to talk about. The spiritual awakening stuff. It's not always the most peaceful. It's not always the smoothest road at first. It eventually smooths out as you begin to navigate everything that you are going through at the time. And the only reason I bring it up is not to freak you out or keep you from moving on towards it at all, obviously, but when it comes up, I want you to celebrate it and know that it's actually a good thing. When your reality is recalibrating, when it's getting restructured, it's rearranging, it's getting a little bit messy, that's a good thing. And so just keep using your tools, keep following your joys and excitements, and that's going to keep you grounded in the chaos while that sort of starts to ensue. And it's all just a reorganizing of your reality to get you on the path and the stream that is most reflective of who you've said that you are, based on what we talked about at the beginning. And Lake, and you were hearing this about knowing thyself and asking those questions of who am I? What is the I am that I am? Who is the I am that I am? Because we're all that I am. We're all that one infinite stream of unconditionally loving consciousness. The all are the one, and the one is the all, or the one is the all, and the all are the one. And when you know that, then you get to define your I am as the unique piece of the universe that you are. And when you do that, then you know what actions to take. And then you're able to start recalibrating your reality based off you recalibrating yourself first. Because your reality is only going to be recalibrated on the outside when you do it first on the inside. Change yourself first and then see the reflection. Don't wait for the reflection to see it in yourself. Just like when you're looking in the mirror, right? If you look in a mirror and you're not smiling, well, then you're not going to see the mirror reflect the smile. So you have to smile first in order for the reality to smile back at you. It's the same thing with the way manifestation works, with the way the law of creation works, is that you have to be the one that smiles first for the universe to start smiling back at you. So change yourself first, and then everything else starts to change. I like this space. It's very chill and informative. What time are you on tomorrow? That's a great question. I haven't fully decided that yet. I gotta kind of get my day a little bit more organized tomorrow. I'll probably be doing that after I get off here. Lakin, somewhere between 1 and 6 p.m. I know that's not the most helpful. Maybe tomorrow I'll go a little bit earlier. But I also want to go film a YouTube video as well. So I just need to be... I'd prefer to be done by, like, if I start at 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, which is 2 hours before you. So it's 9:45 where I'm at right now. So probably 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. And then that'll give me maybe a couple hours of some daylight to go shoot a video. Maybe do it that way. We'll see. Or maybe go like 3 or 4 p.m. I don't know. It'll be posted if you're subscribed, Lakin, now. You'll see it. You'll be notified. You can even hit the little notification bell next to the subscribe button. And it'll let you know. I'll usually schedule it an hour or two beforehand, before I go. Just to kind of let everyone know that I'm going live at that time. Because I'm still kind of figuring out solid times. So... hope that answers your question. I know it doesn't really, because I didn't, but somewhere in that time frame. But if not, I'll also be there on Thursday too, and on Sundays, but I might be just doing this Mondays to Fridays now. I'm not sure. I do it 3 times a week, every week, but might bump it up to 5 times a week. Just because I want to. It's fun. It's fun growing the community this way and getting to know you guys and being able to give you these live transmissions. But I'm glad you like this space. Glad you find it chill and informative. That's awesome. It means a lot to me. But, yeah. Anyways. Okay, cool. I'll be on the lookout for the live. Cool. Right on. Right on. So happy to have you here. So happy to have met you. From Jamaica to Philly. Very cool. Cool you got to interact with Sharice in that way too. That's cool. I don't think I've met another Jamaican yet. South Africa, but that's not really Not really that, but in my mind it's similar because I'm just on the West Coast. But yeah. So yeah, the spiritually awakening time, and when you finally answer those questions, some things start to happen. Um, Anxiety comes up, identity loss, because you're dying to that old version of yourself. You're letting go of the old version of you, the old identity that doesn't suit you anymore, that doesn't work for you anymore. You're letting go of that. And that can create a lot of anxiety because then you don't know who you are, you don't know what you like. You don't even sometimes know what's real anymore and what's not, and there's a lot for you to start figuring out and fine-tuning within yourself to get to that place. So, we got to have grace for ourselves through those times of the anxiety, the identity loss, the confusion, and the it's going to feel a little bit more difficult to take certain actions because you're going to be feeling so many different kinds of things a lot of the time. And that's why you just got to start with the baby steps. I mean, that's been such a big theme lately on these live streams, is just start with the smallest, tiniest, little, most mundane, general, basic decisions and just start tweaking them little bit by little bit by little bit to ones that feel good, feel like more like yourself. Start asking yourself the right questions about who you really are. And it all starts coming into play because you're just letting go of those old beliefs. I had to let go. My dark night of the soul period was when I let go of Catholicism. I grew up a devout Catholic, and that transition from Catholicism, dropping that entire identity, so everything that I knew to be true, I was so tied to the church and the beliefs of the church and everything like that, to having to drop it, be in a in-between space of not knowing what's next. There was no direct bridge that I had right when I was losing touch and losing faith in the faith that I grew up with, which was Catholicism. It's oftentimes this in-between period of just completely feeling lost and alone and betrayed by God or by yourself or whoever, your parents, your teachers. And that's a tough transition, and you got to have grace through that transition, because when those old belief systems start dying off, there is that period where you're replacing those old belief systems with a new one that you prefer, but you're not quite all there yet. You're not quite fully on board with the new beliefs and definitions yet, and you're finding a way to believe in something again. And that was one of my greatest challenges, was finding a way to believe in something again. I never lost my belief in like a higher power, in God. I never lost my belief that was real, but I had no idea how to communicate with it anymore. I had no idea what it really was. It was a very scary, empty feeling time. But the knowing that there was something higher and there was something more, and never giving up on that, and never giving up on, I know there's a truth out there and I know my truth is out there, is what got me to where I am today, where I'm actually able to teach and to share and offer perspectives and tools and techniques that will bridge some of those difficult transitions, that whether you're going from letting go of a religion or you're just going through your own just unique transition of awakening. It's different for everybody, but it's also similar for everybody as well at the same time. I just like to give those perspectives in that way, because we're just deciding to rewrite our history in our current moment. Because when we start to create ourselves new, we then shift to new versions of us that never had the history that those old versions of us with our memories had. That's kind of the dope thing, is that when you really start to rewrite who you are, you actually rewrite your own history as well. So you don't have to carry the baggage of the past with you anymore, because it actually wasn't your past, because you've changed and you've shifted to another version of you that never had that past. It had a different past, even if you don't remember or you didn't necessarily consciously go through the past of the new self that you've shifted to. that version of you still has a past that is different, and you don't even need to know what the past was that got you to the version of you that you've shifted to through the belief changes, the definition changes that you've made in your heart and in your belief systems and who you are as this avatar that you're embodying right now. It's a powerful thing to know that you actually can and do rewrite your history every moment of your life, because you're always shifting into different versions of yourself. So you rewrite your own history when you change yourself. So you don't need to carry the past with you anymore. You can learn from it and let it go. Learn from it and let it go. And once you learn from it and let it go, it's no longer yours. You're no longer attached to it. And you can finally move into the new past from your current self that you've sculpted out with your new belief systems that you have. And the belief systems that you made consciously, not because somebody else gave them to you, not because you inherited them, not because you culturally or religiously inherited them and were taught them and convinced that it was the only way to go. It's the only real truth. But you actually get to define your truths yourself with your own discernment consciously. And that is how you truly begin to create your own reality. So it's just a fun game that you eventually play, but it's good to know these things too. Because it's why everything can feel like it's falling apart right now. If things are feeling like they're falling apart, again, it's a very good thing, not a bad thing. But it's why it can start feeling like things are just falling apart. Like the puzzle is totally scrambled up and you're putting it back together piece by piece. But the pieces have now changed. You're putting together a whole new puzzle. And so it's okay. Let it scramble, let it be weird, let it be confusing. Have grace with yourself, one breath at a time. And, I'm always here to help as well through the transitions of questions that you have. Anything that you want to share, that you want to add momentum on. Something that's working out for you lately that you want some momentum on and you just want to share. That's just as good. But the reframe is it's a recalibration. It's not a breakdown in terms of like a mental breakdown where it's not really like that. It is just a recalibration. You can experience it as like a breakdown that freaks you out and is terrible and gruesome and all these things. But it doesn't have to be experienced that way. You can see it as, well, this is just a recalibration. That's all it is. And then that just kind of lightens it. It softens it. Doesn't make it all so heavy. Because you don't need to fix it. All you need to do is allow what's happening. Allow the transition. Allow the recalibration. Allow the rearrangement to happen. And everything will come from there. Everything that needs to come from there will come. You don't need to fix everything. You don't need to find a way to exactly even know how to put that puzzle together. You'll put the puzzle will naturally be put together when you just allow it to be. When you just get into that state of being of, I'm just allowing. I'm just here allowing. That's what I do. That's who I am. I just allow. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Because that's what I got for you. Be nice to just sit with that for a second, you know? I'll keep reiterating these things till the end of time, you know? There's always a new way to say it. It's like I really circle around very similar principles all the time. But it's always said in a different way depending on what the questions are, what the comments are, the people that are watching this, what comes to me in the moment. It's pretty fun to experience. I mean, when you're on these live streams for, 3 to 4 hours at a time, and it's not like I'm here playing a video game for you guys all to watch, like on Twitch and things like that. I'm like just here with you presently, in real time, talking about real things with real people, and it's cool. I mean, we're really creating something big, something special. I can't wait to see where this all grows. I mean, it's only been the first 4 months now. Officially, the first 4 months have passed. I think April 4th was the official 4-month mark, because I think December 3rd or 4th, I think I posted my first video. And it's been good. A lot more to come. A lot more to come. Don't fix it. Don't fix. Don't work yourself down to the bone. Just relax. Just allow. Let's erase the doubt. You keep doubting yourself for some reason. Let's release doubt once and for all. The killer of all hopes and dreams, the killer of all our positive emotions. Doubt is the first thing that always stops us. Stops us from really taking those actions that we're taking, but we feel wary about because we're not fully confident in them yet. And when that doubt comes up, it's so loud at first. Let the doubt be a signal to keep going forward. You know what resonates within you and what doesn't resonate within you. But let the doubt and the fear, let the doubt be a signal to keep going in that direction, because it's just threatening your old identity. It's just threatening what you have taught your ego is safe. And you just need to retrain yourself and your ego and everything that this new version of you is safe, that not doubting and not fearing is safe, that truly expressing yourself and being the silly, goofy, weird person that you are, unique version of you that you are, is actually the safest and best thing that you could possibly ever do for yourself. So let's just release that doubt. That doubt is truly the killer, even more than fear, in my opinion. I feel like before fear comes up, usually doubt does. The fear usually comes after you let go of the doubt. And now it's like, oh shit, I am going to take this action. I am going to do this. There's a little bit of fear, but then lean into that as well and let that be a positive signal. All these like negative seeming emotions, the ones that don't feel good to us, they're all just signals and guidance to keep going and keep moving forward, and you're going in the right direction. Because you know what resonates and what doesn't. You know what feels good and what doesn't. You know who you are and who you're not. If you don't know who you are yet and you haven't asked those questions, like I was saying in the whole time before, in the earlier part of this live stream, if you don't know who you are, you know who you're not, that's for sure. And that's a good place to start. So you know who you're not. So when you start experimenting with your expressions and figuring out who you really are based on the answers you've given to the questions of who am I, you'll know the difference between fear and what actually resonates and what just doesn't resonate. So just let the fear and the doubt be something that you lean into and is a signal that you're actually going in the right direction. Not that you're doing something wrong, not that you're being punished, not that you're being sinful, not that you're being tempted by the devil or anything like that. None of that bullshit. But actually a signal and a guidance post that you are actually moving in the direction of who you really are. And that's actually the signal, because it's just threatening everything that you have been up until this point that has convinced you is actually who you are. And that feels threatened when you actually decide to be who you really are. I've been really working on my mindset keeping my frequency high and remaining consistent on this journey. Some days are dark, but like you said, allow it and continue on. Yeah, just allow that darkness in. Like, don't be afraid of it. Lean into it. I tell you what, the biggest times, Lakin, when I have had the biggest realizations and breakthroughs is when I have felt the most amount of fear and resistance in myself, the most darkness, and have actually leaned into it. Not tried to push it away, not tried to self-medicate from it, not ayahuasca and shroom and all those kinds of things alcohol away, my way away from it, anxiety pills, working too hard, all these different kinds of distractions that you can use to back off from the darkness and just distract yourself from it. When I have actually leaned into it, there was always the biggest epiphany and the biggest breakthroughs, and the messages are always there in the darkness. It's crazy. Like, the messages, when you're not afraid to lean into them, when you have courage and bravery to actually not move away but move towards the dark feelings, there's always a positive message, and there's always light on the other side. There's always that light at the end of the tunnel. There's always something moving you forward in those moments of darkness. When you don't let them dictate, you don't let the darkness dictate what you do and what you don't do. You get to decide. You get to go in there fearless. You get to go in there, even if you are experiencing fear, you get to go in there. You decide to go in there anyways. And that's when the biggest breakthroughs tend to happen. So if you're going through a dark time in life, my friend, embrace it. Embrace it with a warm hug, like a good friend. It actually is there for a good reason, to show you something, to tell you something, to give you a message that is actually gonna allow you to move forward once you decipher why it's there and what it has to tell you. But that's amazing. I'm glad that you're working on your mindset. I'm glad you're keeping your frequency high, remaining consistent on your journey. Consistency is key. Consistency really is the key. Just like with working out, more than anything, more than how hard you work out in each session, it's just about showing up day after day after day, taking those baby steps, and just being consistent and being there. Going through those motions sometimes. Sometimes you just got to go through the motions. But the fact that you're showing up for yourself with a devotion and a sense of discipline daily and consistently, it's going to take you very, very far down that stream. Down the stream of your life. Who you are, who you're meant to be. So much is there. So much is there in that darkness. It's glorious, really. It really is. And it's never as scary as you think it's going to be when you finally actually just give into it. Give in, lean in. It's a beautiful thing. Yes, absolutely. Thanks for sharing that. I mean, it's, it brings a lot out of me, and it reminds me of things, and, allows me to give you and everybody listening perspective, because it's important. It's important. It's not something to be overlooked. I think we overlook all those dark times. They go, oh, we just got to get through them, get to the other side, and then we'll be okay. No, you'll be okay when you actually decide to bask in the darkness for a little bit. It's not all too bad. It really isn't. Nothing is really all too bad. Lean into that doubt. Because you've just been rehearsing. You've just been rehearsing uncertainty. And you really are what you rehearse, just like I just said. But you're also what you rehearse in your imagination. Do you think of the worst case scenarios, or do you think of the best case scenarios? You're what you rehearse in your thoughts. How do you think about yourself, about your relationship with yourself, your reality, and the people in your world and your reality? What are you practicing? What are you rehearsing? So many of us just rehearse uncertainty. And that rehearsal leads us nowhere, because we get lost in the uncertainty. We get stopped in the uncertainty, and we get confused in the uncertainty, and then we don't take action in the uncertainty. Then we start just going back to the old identity, to the old belief systems and self-expressions and habits and choices and people, relationships, and so on that don't represent us. We go right back to those things because, well, at least they're familiar. They may make me miserable, but at least that misery is familiar. And that's what you rehearse, and that's what you practice. Rehearsing that uncertainty leads to all those old places that you can't stand being, but you unconsciously keep going back to them because they're familiar. They feel safe. For some crazy reason that we develop in our beliefs, that uncertainty in the negative sense, where it leads us back into another version of us that we already went through and let go of. For some reason, we think that's more beneficial, and that's why we make any decision. We don't make any decision without thinking that it benefits us somehow, or that we'll feel better in the having of it or in the doing of it. We don't make any of those decisions without those definitions, because we literally can't move in a direction that we don't think we prefer. This is a really important distinction. Really important distinction. We can't actually move in the direction that we don't somewhere define to be beneficial or preferential. We literally can't. It's just like I don't even know how to explain it. We can only move in the direction that we think is preferential to us. So you need to just ask yourself when you feel like you're making unpreferential choices or going back to old bad decisions or habits, like what would I have to believe about myself or this circumstance or situation that would convince me that this is more beneficial than going this way, which I've already defined is more preferential, really, from an intellectual standpoint, but you haven't embodied it in your belief. You believe more in your feelings and in your body that moving in the direction of the thing that is unpreferred is actually more preferential than moving into the direction of something that you would rather experience. And that's the reason you keep moving back in that direction. You can't move in the direction that you don't actually prefer on some level, whether it's unconscious or conscious. So you just need to gain enough belief and momentum and energy in the direction of what you have intellectually and experientially defined as, this is who I am, this is what I really prefer, this is the direction I really need to go. There's more momentum in the preference that you don't prefer than the preference that you actually do prefer. Does that make sense? It's a very important distinction to know and to hold. Very, very important. Very, very overlooked. Easy to just glance over. Very powerful to know that you really only ever move in one direction, and that's what you've defined to be preferential or better or good or more positive in some way. So if you're continuing to make those bad choices, just ask yourself why. Like, why do I feel like this is more beneficial than what I actually know is more beneficial? That's some very... I'm glad we got to that point. It's a very important distinction. Does that resonate? Does that make sense? If you guys have any questions or need any clarity about that, let me know. But I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps you to take a deep breath, lower your shoulders, know that, you're in complete control. Because you just need to find confidence in in the new direction, in the new decisions, in the new beliefs, definitions, and so on that you really, really, really prefer. You just need to find confidence in it, because confidence, it's not built. Confidence is not built. People think they need to build confidence. It's not built. It's remembered. It's remembered. It's remembered. Woo, that's good shit. Confidence isn't built, it's remembered. It's remembered. It's remembered. It's remembered. It's remembering who you are. That's the true confidence. Remembering who you are and remembering that you are confident. You're always confident in something. It's the same thing about what I just said. You're always confident in something. You're always preferring something. You're always moving the direction of you prefer. You're always moving the direction of what you're confident in. You're more confident that what you don't prefer is actually, for some reason, more beneficial than what you do prefer. So that's what you have your confidence in, and that's what you move in a direction. You don't need to build confidence. You don't need to work your way up into confidence. You're already confident. You just need to remember what you're confident in. You need to remember your confidence. And you do that by knowing who you really are. And when you really answer those questions, going back to the original points of this live stream, who am I? And you've defined that for yourself, then you're going to continue to redefine it. But from where you are currently, you've defined it for yourself, who you are. That's what you give your confidence to. That's you actually remembering your confidence. Yeah. Because the evidence follows identity. Evidence always follows the new version of you, the new identity that you are identifying with. Not the other way around. So you don't find your identity through evidence, through waiting for the outside to change, for outside circumstances to perfectly line up for you now. Evidence follows the identity shift. Follows identity, not the other way around. Whew, it's a important thing to know. A very, very important thing to know. Does that make sense? Start cutting the doubt. Just cut the doubt off. Instead of negotiating with it, instead of arguing with it, instead of wrestling it to the ground, seeing if you can beat it, defeat it, push it away, you never will. What you resist persists, as they say. It really is true. You're pushing something away, well, it's going to push right back. But if you just completely cut off doubt, completely let go of doubt, instead of negotiating with it, you ever find yourself just negotiating with doubt and with fear? And it's funny things we do as humans, to keep ourselves in the limiting mindsets. We'll say, if you do this for me, well, then I'll do this for you. No more negotiating. No more negotiating with doubt and fear. Just let it go. Because you negotiate with doubt whenever you decide to give into it, because the doubt will convince you that, if you just give into this temptation to be who you're not, or to fall back into the old identity, if you just do that, it's going to be more beneficial. It's actually going to work out better for you. This is what the doubt says. And this is you negotiating with it. And then you'll say, oh, but I really want to be who I am. I really want to express who I am. But then the doubt says, yeah, but you can still be who you've always been. And maybe you should be, because that's safer, man. Says the doubt. That's a safer way to go. I'm just trying to protect you, and it is. Like, doubt, it's just there trying to protect you. It's not inherently negative. But when we can stop negotiating with it, cut it off, let it go, and lean into it, and see it as a positive sign to move in the direction that the doubt is trying to keep you from going from, then you're set free. Then you are completely free. Definitely makes sense. Glad to hear it, Lakin. Glad to hear it. That's when you truly become free. Is when you know the doubt and fear and things similar to it are a signal to actually go in that direction. Because the doubt and fear, it can't actually see what it thinks it's protecting you from. This is the funny thing about it. It can't actually see what it's protecting you from. You know? It just thinks it's protecting you from something. The scary monster under the bed. The megalodon in the ocean, whatever. These imaginary things. It doesn't actually know what it's protecting you from. It just thinks that it's protecting you. Huh. I've never said that before. Because it's just the mechanism to protect and to perpetuate who you've already decided that you are. The fear, the doubt, the ego, all that. It's there just to simply continue to perpetuate who you've identified yourself as. And it doesn't actually know what's around the corner. So if you know that, then you don't have to give it so much power. You just know, oh, that's just the mechanism. Oh, it's just a signal to move in that direction, because the fear and doubt actually don't know what they're protecting me from. They just think they're protecting me from something. From some kind of pain, from some kind of something that it thinks will happen if I make this decision, if I decide to be this version of me, to truly be authentic, and so on. And then the more you do that, the softer and the quieter those fear and doubt voices become, because then the ego actually starts to feel safe with the things that you're training it with. Because now you're training it to actually lean into the doubt and the fear, and to know that on the other side of the doubt and fear is more of who you really are, and it's actually safe, and it's actually joyful and playful and wonderful. And then the ego starts perpetuating those decisions for you, and then it just gets easier and easier and easier. The fear and the doubt, self-sabotage, all those things get so much softer, so much lighter, so much less dense, so much more easy to just pass right through it, to laugh at it, to smile at it, to appreciate it for what it's there to show you. Yeah. It's all really good. It's all really, really good. I hope it's resonating with you guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if it is. Follow me on Twitch if you're on Twitch. Want to get to that 50 mark on Twitch so we can get affiliated and have fun with that. But yeah, if you guys subscribe, it would mean a lot to me to have you on the journey, to see your progress continue to grow with me and with all of us. Man, that is some good stuff. Sure feels good when I say it. Speak it out loud, share it with you guys. So thank you for being here for me to share it with. It really does mean the world to me. It really, really does. What else? Is there anything else you guys want to talk about or that you want to touch on? Let me know. Probably start winding down the stream here as we continue on for a little bit longer. Just start winding it down. You know, it's just getting later and later. For me over here and for you guys overseas are all asleep now, I think. On the East Coast. Maybe those of you who are just waking up in the morning, wherever you're at. But just give yourself permission to be. Give yourself permission to try out something different, to be someone different, to experience something different, and just see how your reality starts playing with you as it happens, as it goes. It's just going to allow more and more excitement, more and more synchronicity in your life that moves you more and more in the direction of who you are. Have more love for yourself, more compassion for yourself, more patience with yourself. Take a deep breath. And it's all good. Yeah, Lakin, I'm excited for you to see a lot more of the Neville Goddard stuff that I talk about. Big Neville Goddard guy. Sharing his techniques, his manifestation techniques, tools and principles and knowledge and wisdom, interpretations of the Bible. We've been doing a pretty fun thing with the people on the live streams and followers that we've just been manifesting something simple and general. And that is just to receive a compliment on something that we're wearing so that we can begin to teach ourselves that we can consciously actually do these things, actually consciously manifest, consciously create, because we're always manifesting. We don't actually have to learn how to manifest because we're always manifesting. We just need to be aware of how we're manifesting and how we're doing it so that we can do it consciously. And a lot of people, you know, they jump to the big stuff too quick. The stuff that's hard to believe right away. Oh, I'm gonna have $10 million by next year, or my dream house, my dream relationship, or dream car, or whatever. But we're starting very small, very general, mundane, something completely believable, but because we're putting our intention towards it, something simple, just receive a compliment on something we're wearing, not on what we look like, not our eye color, not our hair, not our face or skin or anything like that, but something we're actually physically wearing. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be a specific thing, just anything that you're wearing. So if you want to jump in on that, feel free to start just in making that intention for yourself. And in another live stream, or if you have questions about it now, I could go over it. But that's what we're doing. We're using the Neville Goddard technique to do that, and we've actually had already a few success stories of it, which is a lot of fun. Very cool to see. it's something that's believable, you know, you don't like doubt that that's possible. But if it happens, like you'll know that you actually consciously created it with intention. And then that when it happens, then it just builds your belief. And then you're able to start leveling it up a little bit more, something a little bit that stretches your beliefs a little bit more, or that is maybe a little bit, from your perception, more difficult, even though to the universe it's not more difficult. But maybe it's a little more difficult for you to find the belief in, and then we use the techniques to build that belief, and it just continues, that momentum continues to grow so that we can truly create our reality. So it's been fun. So I'm excited to have you along with that, if with that as well, if you want to be. Just checking on a couple things here. Making sure everything's rolling. I'm just going to put this little link in here just in case. If you guys do feel inspired, I got to get my Facebook page I just created to 100 followers in order to be able to go live also from there. So then we'd be going live from YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, which will be awesome. Get the ball rolling even more. So if you guys feel inspired, you could just follow this link real quick. I just pasted it there. You can click on that. It takes you right to the page. Just hit the follow button. Feel free, if you're already followed to the YouTube channel, you might be seeing some similar content, but maybe some new content too. But you can always silence the notifications or whatever. But would really appreciate you guys giving me a follow there. We're almost halfway. We're at 48 followers right now, but once we get to that 100, then we'll be streaming from 3 platforms, which will be really fun. And we'll really get the momentum going here. So if you want to just do me a solid, if you like the material, if it adds value to you, that would help me a lot, benefit me a lot. And all of us. Meet more people, experience more people, help more people. All that jazz. Alright, well, if you guys have any last burning questions or comments, put them in. I think I'm just going to let this thing wind down. It's 10:30 over here where I'm at. We've been going 3 hours, 18 minutes. Pretty good. It's been fun. It's been a good time. I listen to Neville Goddard and Jim Rohn speeches all the time. Nice. Very, very inspiring and helping me on my journey. Yeah, I've listened to Jim Rohn too. Tony Robbins' mentor, his original mentor. But yeah, Jim Rohn's cool, isn't he? He's got some cool, definitely some cool speeches and lectures. But Neville Goddard is just someone who's always just resonated very strongly with me ever since I found him. And his teachings make sense, and I'm able to pretty, clearly share what he has to share. And I oftentimes, I've been reading out of this book, which is all of his most famous work, including some of his class lessons and radio talks, little bonus stuff. But we've already read through At Your Command here. At Your Command, we read Prayer, the Art of Believing, and we've read Feeling is the Secret in these live streams. So we've already gone through 3 books of Neville Goddard on these live streams. It's been amazing. And I don't just read it, I interpret it and describe it, and describe what he's actually talking about, and suss it out or whatever. So it's more palpable, more digestible, more understandable, because oftentimes the way he speaks or the way he writes and stuff is a little bit philosophical, a little bit confusing. So I like to just break it down, because a lot of it makes sense to me, although I'm still kind of always learning how to interpret it too. But that's something that I do on these live streams too, is just read from the book. Read from a book. We actually just finished At Your Command, so we're going to start a new one at some point, the next time I decide to read it on stream. But I'll start reading and deciphering and describing all that too. But yeah, feel free to use that Neville Goddard technique if you want to join in on just getting a compliment on something you're wearing. Like I said, already a few success stories already. It's just a fun game to play. with it to build up that belief. Be intentional about something that's very easy, like believable, but not something that happens every day. To maybe it happens, for certain people more than others, I suppose, maybe. But the next time it happens, regardless, you'll know that it was because you created it consciously, and not just something that happened unconsciously. But yeah, that's cool. Jim Rohn, he has a very funny way of talking. It's fun to listen to. All right, any last burning questions from you guys or comments? Feel free to put it in. I'm probably gonna drop off here in about a minute or two. You guys tuck yourselves to bed. Happy manifesting. Happy thoughts. Happy days. Happy Margarita Monday. This was fun to do a Monday night stream like this. It was cool. Glad to have met you, Lakin. Very, very honored to have you on here. Oh, good. You found it? Book added to the Amazon cart? Yeah, it's pretty cheap on Amazon. Well, that'd be great, because now when it arrives for you, this is great. There's one or two other people I think who have this book. You'll be able to read along with me. I'll tell you what page we're on, and then you can read it with me, and we'll decipher it together. And you can ask questions, do whatever you want. Yeah, but that's all his stuff. It's a great book. Great book. The class lessons are very, very, very informative as well, because it's just transcriptions of class lessons that he's done, the lectures that he's done in person with people. So it's very fun. That's cool. You're going to enjoy that. Let me know when you get it. And we'll be reading from it in the meantime, probably at some point this week, and going through it. I've also been guiding meditation. I've been guiding a meditation, not guiding the full meditation, but guiding into a meditation. And we've been meditating, and then once we achieve that drowsy, sleepy state, akin to sleep, that state akin to sleep, then we go into, I walk you through options and how to properly, in your imagination, feel the wish fulfilled and experience getting that compliment on something that you're wearing. So it's very, very valuable. It's been fun. It's been cool. So, and maybe those, we didn't do it tonight, but maybe those, because I've been doing them during the day, but for our friends overseas, it's at night for them, which I guess it works out good for them. But maybe to do that more in the nighttime is what I'm thinking for me, so that you can meditate and then fall to sleep. It'd be great if you guys just fell asleep on stream. It could be the last part of the stream, the 4th hour of the stream, and I can guide you guys in the meditation, into the visualization, and then hopefully you'll fall asleep and then seal the instruction. It's the perfect thing to be, perfect thing to do. Well, cool. Lakin, love you, my friend. Very nice to meet you. Thank you, everybody, for your attention tonight. Thank you for everybody who is watching this after the fact. And if you liked the video, please hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel if it added value to you. Follow me out over on Twitch if you have a Twitch. It's the same thing, Maxwell Miller, but the 2 L's in well are ones. So MAXWE11 Miller on Twitch if you have a Twitch. It would be great if you jump over there and follow me on that too, so I can get to that 50 affiliated mark. But either way, your presence and your participation is my currency. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being here, adding to the conversation, asking your questions, getting to know you, just chopping it up about life as well. We do all sorts of things in these live streams. It's a lot of fun. But have a great night, everybody. I love you very much. Take care of yourself. Be easy on yourself. And we'll be back on tomorrow. Just check your notifications for when I schedule it, and you'll see we'll be going live again tomorrow. So we'll see you guys mañana. Have a good night, and we'll see you later. Take care. Good night.